And gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. We are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is a Feel Good Friday, and we got a little bit of Smackdown, a little bit of Rampage coming your way. Both things that have been started by The Rock, by the way. But anyway, back to the point, folks. Make sure you get in that chat. Make sure you say hello. Let us know what's on your wrestling mind. We're going to light up this Friday and have a good time. And we got so much coming your way, so strap in, strap on, and put a smile on your face. We're going to have a fun one tonight. Let's go! Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is a Feel Good Friday, and we are ready to roll through all of your action. We got 3+ hours of coverage tonight, and me and that pretty face going to run you through all of it. We are heading towards Survivor Series. We're heading towards Full Gear. We're heading towards so much stuff in the wrestling world. So much news this week, so much rumbling. We're going to get into all of it. But who's going to take you through that journey? Well, it'll be myself, Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and my next door neighbor.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I am Big Nick, and 100% we've got a Feel Good Friday. We got Friday Night Smackdown, Mago, and we've got LA Knight versus Grayson Waller. We've got Bobby Lashley versus Carlito. And by the way, I spit in the face of people who haven't hit that like, share, and subscribe button.
It's true, we do. We also got Kevin Owens on commentary tonight.
I saw somebody send that out, and I'm like, yeah. You're shitting me. I was like, did you misspell Kevin Patrick?
Kevin Patrick will be there.
Did autocorrect? Just no, you need someone cooler. Kevin Owens.
Yeah, they're like, we can't just let Kevin Patrick go out there with Cole. So,
well, how fitting. We have Kevin Owens on commentary, and we have his stunt double, his doppelganger, his secret brother, KJ White here with us.
Mm-hmm. No, we're looking forward to it tonight. It should be a good one. Hopefully,
that means I'm Michael Cole.
You're more of a Pat. We'll go with Pat. But yeah, we're gonna go through it all tonight. Plus, we got Rampage tonight. It's going to be a crazy week coming up. Tomorrow's Collision. Sunday, we will be back with the Dirt Sheet debate. And then hot take week altogether as far as Raw, NXT, Dynamite. It's going to be a big one. We're going to get a pay-per-view on a Thursday at 11 p.m. after Impact goes off the air. We're going to trade in and trade out.
For your late night evenings, we've got Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, we got to come up with a cool brunch with the boys, late night with the lads.
Yeah, this is the after hours. Yeah, we need a catchphrase here.
Yeah, so strap in, strap on for that one. It's going to be a fun one. And then, of course, we get Full Gear. We get a 3-hour Collision, which we're going to talk about this, Nick, and I guess this is a good place to start. Hello to the folks out there. I hope everyone's happy, healthy, and safe and doing well. But so next week we get Collision and Rampage, 3-hour show on a Friday. So it'll be head-to-head, Collision versus Smackdown.
Wait, and I'm literally finding out about this right now.
Okay. Are you? Yeah.
Yes, I have not seen this. Most of the stories that I've seen of, they're not going to air a Collision because of, thank God, Tony Khan has moved his pay-per-view to Saturdays because he realizes most of us work on a Monday.
Yeah, so Full Gear's on a Saturday, and Collision's going to get moved to a Friday. What I think I'm surprised with, as I found out today, it's a taped episode. It's not. I
don't care. It's going to lose, but I don't care.
I'm surprised with all the talk of the war between NXT and Dynamite. Why not, if you are who you are, if Jericho has the recipe, why not stack that Collision and take a run at the ratings? See how you could do. Up against the top show in the company. You're going to lose, but is there a moral victory in there that you could at least, stack your show up and go toe-to-toe with them? But you'd rather go toe-to-toe with NXT? It seems a little.
Yeah, I don't think that's in their even mindset or anything. They want to talk a big game. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But when it comes to nut up or shut up,
yeah.
The numbers, the demo guy. I won on the demo.
Yeah, like you and I could talk about like, well, that doesn't make any sense because they're going to get crushed. But with the delusions and all we hear about how much better AEW is, well, isn't this a chance you could do? Well, shit, you could have done MJF and Kenny. You could have done, a couple marquee matches.
Even if it's not, even outside of saying it's a delusion or anything like that. But use it as a way to lead into, I know they probably still will use it, but use it as a live way to build into your pay-per-view the night before and everything like that. Use it like a Sunday night heat. Use it something like that. Like, granted, Rampage is a lost cause at this point, honestly, respectfully. But Collision still got some life to it. And if you're going to do the full 2 hours, use it like a Sunday night heat. Use it as a build into the pay-per-view. Use it as the reason of, hey, folks, I know probably a lot of you haven't bought in this pay-per-view yet because it's $50 fucking and there hasn't been a ton of build. But here's what you are going to miss out if you don't buy this pay-per-view. Do that.
Something. I'm a little surprised. That's all. And I mean, again, with all the talk about, well, they stacked NXT and we wanted to beat them, but wait a minute. Well, here's your chance. Stack Collision. If you have all this talent, if you can go get Snoop Dogg and Shaq and Ric Flair and the Big Show, and you think that you have the swing to compete and you can hotbox with God, let's get in. Let's go.
But it's one of those, like, that's valid if it's a back and forth, like the multiple times that you meet. Like if it's a 7-game series and it's, your train games back and forth. If this was a 7-game series, this is a goddamn sweep at this point. I feel like this is we're almost getting brooms out for NXT. The fact that they're even moving to CW, I've seen reports saying that they feel because that's a new upstart network that they're trying to change the narrative. They don't want to be Gilmore Girls and Dawson Creek and everything. That might help attract viewers.
Yeah, I know our counterparts on the Thursday Impact show were talking about the C-Dub and who it is and what it is. And there's a couple things with that. And that's the biggest part of all of this is CW over the last little bit since getting, I think it's Next Text.
The Nexus. They got the Nexus.
Once they came aboard with the ownership, they started going after like golf and baseball and basketball. They want sports. They want college sports. They want stuff in that demographic that are going to tune in. So yes, we know the CW for the Dawson. We know CW for the Gilmore Girls, which I'd rather put my mouth around a fucking 45 than watch that.
I was about to say, you don't put your mouth around a Gilmore Girl. What?
Well, I mean, that I'm more than willing to do. But all that being said, I mean, yeah, they're trying to change their image. And I know there's a lot of talk. Did Billy Corgan shoot himself in the foot? Did Billy Corgan screw up? Was it justified?
I will swear on testimony. Yes, he did.
No, he made a mistake. And he did. He misjudged. And I know a lot of people were like, well, people want wrestling to be real. And then you do something real. You're like, hold on. Hold on. This guy's with hookers doing coke for no reason at all. None. Not to build
this guy who acts like the devil.
Yeah, like I don't get upset
Bobby
about
Boucher's mother.
Yeah, I don't get upset about, Swerve breaks into someone's house. Who cares? It's stupid the way they did it. But that's my issue with it. Even when Seth did it to Edge, like my complaint isn't like this is immoral. I can't handle this on my fictitious TV. But it has to make sense. And again, if you're the CW network, there's a definitive line between a wrestling storyline and randomly, breaking, a huge law in public.
I'm going to segue this, and granted, also shout out to everybody that's in the chat that we
get in there.
Still managed to somehow ignore, which, by the way, this perfect segue. We got the super chats, the super stickers, and everything like that. If you want to make sure you stand out, but shout out Paul, shout out Larry, shout out A-Drops in Boston. I saw that world title. Hatui. Bobby, what up? C-Money, everything. But how fitting we're talking about something like this when meanwhile we're seeing it within WWE, within TKO. Vince sells off 8 million cajillion shares
for Monopoly
TKO.
Yeah.
And now granted, he's still got 20 plus, but we saw the part of the
everybody missed, by the way.
Yeah. Everybody's like, oh, ding dong, the witch is dead. No, he's just selling off half, not even half.
Not even half. He said,
but if everybody, if Ari, I think I said that right, buys Vince's shares out of that, oh, he's the owner now.
My favorite thread that I stumbled upon was people being like, bro is setting up to buy AEW. And I was like, that would be amazing. Like a Vince McMahon led AEW taking on Endeavor and WWE.
It would be the worst of times, or it'd be the best of times and the worst of times. It would be the most Vince McMahon thing to do.
I'll be Nero. You give me the fiddle. I'll go sit on the fucking hilltop and watch the city burn. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, that would be hilarious. Not true, folks.
What I think this is this them kind of saying, Vince, you've had a good run. You've built your empire. Maybe sun's getting real low, big boy. Maybe right off into the sunset there, Desperado.
Well, I think there's a couple aspects to it. One, we don't know what other business shit that Vince is up to. So maybe he needed some extra capital in his own life. Like maybe, I don't know.
Other payments he might have to make, just saying.
Yeah, maybe he's got some NDAs he's got to square up.
Right. Something's going to come down the pipeline in 2 months. He's like, going to ho some stockings.
If I pay out $40 million, I only have, $1.5 billion in the bank.
Right.
We don't know. The other part of it is, selling off some of these shares, again, starts reducing his vote, starts reducing how much impact he has on the overall business, which you and I have said for a long time. I think the future is now with WWE, and they're looking forward, not backwards.
Right. Sorry, I almost want to just break out into the fucking Dewey line from Malcolm Manuel. The future is now, old man.
The future is now, old man. So, maybe Vince is, using a few $1 million to cryogenically freeze his fucking organs.
He's going to full Walt Disney.
You're going full Walt.
It's going to be just, at the end of the world, it's going to be cockroaches and Walt's frozen head and Vince's frozen head.
Just staring at each other. Like, okay, so
whoever blinks first is the bitch.
It's not really, like, if we want to keep it in perspective to all the people out there, he still has $20 million in shares. He's doing okay. He's still got some monopoly pieces on the board.
Well, he does kind of look like the Monopoly man.
Well, he's definitely got the mustache. So
right. Well, I want to cut to some of these comments that I saw that I really like of Paul saying NXT fits in good with teenage drama on CW.
Right, perfect. Those segments, those Saved by the Bell segments and the bar rescue shit.
I'm all right.
Right? It's perfect.
Because chase you.
Right? All you got to do is put some alternative band in the background of these segments. You've nailed it.
Hello, my friend.
The only band that...
Bro, they're coming back on a tour.
I'm like, they're going back on tour. Me and Nick are going to Creed, folks.
Bro, that should be a fucking street. We need them somehow make that happen. Is you and I. That's the first time we meet is at a fucking Creed concert. It'd be literally, we could play the hello, my friend, we'll meet again. It's been a while. Where should we begin?
Oh, man, it's too early in the stream for you to start breaking me already. But
hey, that's the goal. That's the goal. People see Boston out here. I spent that money just to troll Nick. Money well spent. Man, if you spent $500 just to troll me, well, hey, you can troll me by super chat, by super stickers, by buying merch.
You could have done a $500.
Hit that like, share, and subscribe. That's a great way to troll me.
A $500 super chat of everything you feel about the title belt would have been perfectly sufficient.
You could write a whole fucking novel. You just do like $1 super chat. It'd be like part 10, and we'll have to just read through everything. Safet, what up? Bobby, what up? C Money, what up? I'm taking over just for a minute while this man gets his breath back. Pastor, what up? Nomina Patre File Spirit Sante. Yeah.
Sorry, what was the question? I'm still laughing at Creed.
I don't know. I was just reading off names here, Boston. I wonder, we see Logan Paul fight tonight. I don't know.
Do we see Logan Paul tonight? We should. U.S. champ. Let's go.
But is he going to be a weekly television?
No, but now that he has the U.S. title, we are privy to shower pics with it, pics with the girlfriend, pics with holy fuck, dude.
At least it's better than the pics we've seen with Riddle.
I was gonna do Riddle.
Do something strange for a little piece of change.
Every time I see the Riddle's picture, I instantly think of JT and Love Guru of like, who ordered the extra sausage? Like, fucking hell.
Fun fact, I haven't actually seen the picture. I've just seen everybody talk about it. And I think I've spared my eyes.
Don't watch it. There's so many things wrong with it. The Toronto Maple Leafs are like the key of the story, so you know you're fucked already.
Oh, God.
And, oh, fuck. Yeah, no, don't
Fun
watch
fact, by the way, if anyone hasn't seen it, just side tangent, because you mentioned hockey there.
Mhm.
You haven't watched Letterkenny do like their version of hockey interviews. 100% is dead on. If you like us, that's your type of humor.
Yeah, no, go watch. They just did a spin-off of Letterkenny, Shoresy. So go see them all. It's worth it if you want to laugh at crazy dialogue, and that wrestling back and forth they have blows my mind every time.
If you want to do more than what you do on the stream and just point and laugh at Canadians, you can go ahead and watch Letterkenny and Shoresy.
Essentially. And if you guys want a really good laugh, go look up Trailer Park Boys. Trailer Park Boys did a movie called SwearNet, and it's like the Trailer Park Boys turned up to 12. So go find that.
Oh, they did a movie of it? I thought it was just a thing on.
No, they did like a movie
where it was just like them, like out of character.
The movie's funny. There's full like it's a mess. Like you get a
long story short, just go and watch. If you like British comedy, go and watch Canadian comedy. Whether it be Who's Line, whether it be is Kids in the Hall Canadian or is that us?
No, that's Canadian.
Okay, so Kids in the Hall, Trailer Park Boys, Letterkenny.
SCTV is a good one, but I was never a Kids in the Hall guy. I don't know why. I liked SNL better.
Really?
Especially early days SNL, right? Like, I mean, during the 90s, they were murdering.
Well, when you have fucking half the superstars of today's in the past 20 years, I would hope so.
I worked 50 hours this week. I feel like I've been on stream 50 hours this week. We're equal.
Well, not even that. Still shut up, my guy. Of 100%. Well,
I'm glad you spend your downtime with us, so that's appreciated.
100%.
You know, there's Pastor Jeff singing along with you, of course. You're
you tell me, huh? I don't know why I got all operatic there. But
yeah, why did you turn into Pavarotti for that?
It's the Italian in me. It just took over there for a minute.
Can you stream Alex Kane versus Jacob Fatu MLW World Championship November 16th? That's a Saturday. That's November 16th does not feel like a Saturday, actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like that's like I'm gonna fact check that because today's the 10th. There's no way that's a Saturday. Math, my guy, math.
Damien, we will be here live on November 18th to watch Full Gear with everybody. We go live at 6:30.
We will be here on November 16th. Well, we'll be here double duty on November 16th for Thursday Night Impact, which we've got Josh Alexander versus Will Ospreay, which I want to watch that match so much because I've even heard the rumors that match is better than the Ospreay versus Bayley match. It gets you that like tape trading days type vibe of where you're talking about how this match is better than that match because it's on a tape delay and you haven't seen it yet. No one's seen it, and you're hoping that this match is going to deliver to the fucking build up to it and everything. But anyways, and then we've got Ronda Rousey's debut in Wrestling Revolver, and we've also, speaking of Jacob Fatu, we got Jacob Fatu versus my girl Masha Slamovich.
Jacob making his rounds, Lance. A lot of people, I mean, we've had talks about MLW. And Damien, the only reason we don't cover MLW more is, one, the shows can be hit and miss, but two, they're generally really taped, like way in advance. And I know
all over the place. It's like on a Friday at 7 a.m. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's a little sporadic, so they kind of fall by the wayside. MLW is in some pickle. I mean, right now, MLW and NWA are in a bit of trouble. So
NWA, I think, is worse off. But then again, I don't know if you've seen Hammerstone's response to or an update as far as with his contract situation and everything.
I think so.
To where he basically said they've taken me out of this, they've taken me out of that. They haven't told me about any upcoming dates. When last time I spoke to anyone in the office, they were saying how They were gonna working towards a release and everything, but they spread it out to the dirt sheets that they had no intention of releasing me. I think he's tried to get on the phone with the owner of MLW. I don't want to say his name because well, no, I can't. I literally can't remember it. I don't want to say the wrong name. And
he's one of the three ninjas, Mr. Colt. Mr. Colty.
But he's tried to get on the phone with him, can't get on the phone with him. So we're kind of in a stalemate, I guess.
I don't think Bauer wants to let Hammerstone go because I think what a linchpin for that company. What a big deal for that company. So to lose one of your marquee guys and he's probably going to land on his feet somewhere quality.
You lose Lance, you let Lance go and you know where he's going. 100% where Lance is going.
Yeah, and I wonder if putting their foot down on Hammerstone was trying to stop the bleeding. Now, ultimately, it will all end up being screwed because you're going to make an argument that whatever you were hoping to happen when you signed your contract is not being delivered on. That will become a huge arguing point. So I'm very curious, but I do imagine, Hammerstone would be great in WWE. We already got feelings that, when
it comes crashing down and it hurts inside.
They should do a re-gimmick. They should re-gimmick him just like that.
100%. He's Terry Bollea Jr.
Right. Eric Tate, how you doing? Alexis, how you doing? C Money always in the chat.
Sorry, just a linchpin on that. This does to me set a precedent for MLW going forward, and it was already murky of a lot of people didn't want to sign with them just because of the way their contracts kind of seem to be. Now you're really driving people away from that. And honestly, how much egg does NWA have on its face? Of you announce that you have a TV deal with CW, and then they instantly turn around and sign NXT, which means you have no TV deal. And Nick Aldis sharing the announcement for NXT on CW using the old NWA power move or power music is the coldest move ever. Man, is Mr. Freeze out there with that shit. Now it seems like he was right all along.
Yeah, and again, when you listen, Nick Aldis he was committed to that pure style of wrestling. Wanted to give studio wrestling, wanted to give that feel, that rivalry like he had with Cody.
The gold mattered.
The gold mattered. He made that gold matter again between him and Cody, him and Murdoch. Like Murdoch winning was such a big deal. Everyone was like, wait, NWA's still alive? Like it was a great move.
Trevor Murdoch still wrestling? Like Trevor Murdoch felt relevant because he beat Nick Aldis. Then he beats Brodus Clay, and it's like funk is on a roll.
And if you watched like the build-ups and the packages and the personal storylines they got into, it was really good. I don't know what happened to Billy. I don't know what happened in NWA. I used to come on these streams and tell everybody that had a set of ears, do not miss an NWA pay-per-view. Coke or no Coke, they were going down the tube with their fucking pay-per-views. You and I stopped watching them.
It's so funny because I think you can almost go back and find the stream to where we were there. And the week, the month or so before, we were big on NWA, and then we watched that stream and we're just like, no, how about no?
No.
But there's been there's the rumor dirt sheet speculation. And I know we'll be back here on Sunday to talk about the dirt sheet debates, but that Corgan's involvement still of Smashing Pumpkins still touring of he's much like a Tony Khan of that he's maybe potentially spread too thin, that he's not paying enough attention. And granted, how much this man comes from the Anthem, TNA, Impact, Dixie Carter lineage, how much was he really off from Dixie? Maybe this is his vision all along.
Yeah, and again, I understand. Am I personally offended by what happened with NWA? No.
Yes.
We saw it. But yeah, right? We saw it, and we're like, oh. But it wasn't funny. It didn't add to the show. It wasn't part of a storyline. It's not like one of the wrestlers kicked open the dressing room and happened to catch James Mitchell on a fucking table of fucking snowbanks.
What are you doing?
It was just randomly amongst the crowd, and yeah, it probably wasn't even real. But
Like
then
a
again,
spotlight moment to sit there and, hey, by the way, in case you missed it, we're just doing bumps of pixie sticks out here.
yeah, I don't care if it was fucking straight up baking powder. Like it was still, it just added nothing. And it's like the other shit we've seen. Sandheim was a fucking horrible fucking pay-per-view. And I know I said that wrong. Sam
Yes,
Hain.
you did.
Sam
You
Hain.
did it like
Yeah,
3 ways wrong.
Sam Hain
You
was
could have said Sawen, you could have said Samheim, and said you said Sandheim, like it's, you know,
Curtis Sandheim.
Oppenheimer or some like Rammstein song.
I knew when it came out of my mouth it wasn't incorrect. It was,
Pause.
incorrect.
Pause on all of that.
But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, no, I just think that overall pay-per-view sucked. So if you can get into bed with Billy Corgan and NWA or the WWE, find whatever reason you can, do it.
But I still wonder if the whole mention of the NWA thing was a little bit of an enticement to, hey, WWE, why don't you come over here? We're going to give this to Billy Corgan and everything. Granted, they locked out and Billy did what Billy does and just shot himself in the foot like a sumbitch.
He was so happy.
Like Officer Doofy reporting for duty here and everything. But maybe that was enticement. Now, there's talks about Monday Night Raw going to FX.
Yes.
How do you feel about that as we're 2 minutes away? So we'll be
2 minutes away.
But isn't that a Fox network? So wouldn't that be a little weird?
I don't know. See, in Canada, it's partnered up with what was the Chum family. So I don't know. Like FX is where we would get. Like, I mean, that's to me where you get Sons of Anarchy and shit. So maybe we would get an edgier Monday Night Raw if it's on FX. We could bring back the
but it would be interesting. As Tyvon, what up? Bonkers, what up? Everybody, what up? As we're about a minute away, so I'll try and be quick here. Yeah. But is it interesting to have all three of your WWE shows across 3 different networks? Like even however you feel about USA Network, you at least knew you had Monday and Tuesday there every week. Like this is very much, we've talked about this off air of how we're of the streaming generation. So that's not a huge issue. But the old heads tend to view it that way, and still, you never know.
No, I think, and again, there is some risk with this. Change of any kind, it has a risk to it. But I think ultimately their decision to separate the 3 was to maximize return. And this is how you were going to do it, right? You were going to get more from the CW for NXT than packaging it with another company. You would have got more overall, but the value of NXT probably would have came down. You know what I mean? Like
they built it up enough that you can sell that off as an individual, established brand here.
I got Zen.
I have a Hyundai commercial.
Well, folks, Nick
America.
As Nick is catching up and getting the stream in sync, folks, remember, get in the chat. We are going live. Smackdown about to kick off on this beautiful Friday. Then we're here all week long. We don't stop pretty much 7 days a week at this point, every week. So make sure you're part of the family.
What?
Canyonero. What do you get?
Oh, Canyonero. As I have then.
There we go. All right, folks. Brandon, how you doing?
Now, are we there now? I have forever. Are we together forever? You should be forever and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. What?
Bunny is done with AEW. I saw rumors that Butcher and Blade might be done as well. Now I haven't seen anything official, but I mean, maybe assumptions being
I think assumption, but I think it's not a far off an assumption. I think it's one of those of when one goes, they all go. I think they're honestly a better fit for Impact. I would really like to see them in Impact.
There's a tricky problem with Impact, though. As SmackDown is kicking off.
From Columbus, Ohio.
L.A. Oh, no, KO is opening the show. My bad.
Yeah, so everybody was right saying that Kevin Owens, as he's got a tie, so you need to go and find a tie on your next pause. But
yeah, he's trying to professional up the look tonight as he's going to be on commentary. Should be interesting. We'll probably get some
Is
chuckles.
it fitting that the tie is Blue Jackets colors?
Where are they?
Or is that just the red, white, and blue? I mean,
It could be Montreal.
America.
It could be Montreal.
Yeah, touche,
Right.
tabernacle.
Habitant.
Oh,
Yeah, if they're gonna bring Ali back to Impact, they're gonna have to bring her back to life the way they did with Eric Young.
Sorry,
congratulations.
run that by me again, because I was about to say I forgot Kevin Patrick was already on the SmackDown commentary team.
Yeah, he's been riding his high chair.
He's the fucking he's the pinwheel on the fucking tricycle over here.
Yeah. Right? They let him do some things. Yeah, as KO starts screaming into the mic. Rey Mysterio starting off the show, folks.
But you were mentioning the bunny, and I heard Eric Young.
Oh, they got to bring her back to life the way they did with Eric Young, because they killed Ali. Like Ali was killed off the show.
Well, I mean, they have PCO, goddammit. Like you said, they brought back Eric Young, so they've just Scott Demorge has got a Frankenstein center there backstage.
Yeah. Now, I mean, it's very interesting. Would she be entertained by WWE? Could they take her and throw her in NXT and see what she brings to the table? I don't know. She is talented.
Stays in NXT though. Stays in NXT.
Maybe.
Butcher and the Blade. That way, I feel like you kind of stay in NXT.
Got some potential, man. I think they were underutilized.
They're a good tag team, but I think Impact they shine more.
Yeah, I think so too. I agree with you. You just got to bring Ali back to life, because Rosemary did kill her off.
I was working in the lab late one night.
I'm like, don't do drugs, but murder, I'm okay with murder.
Why'd you cut out on the kick out or on the pin of Logan pinning Ronda Mysterious? Like, literally, that's the one highlight you didn't show, is him actually getting pinned.
Yeah, because someone's supposed to run out now and buy the show so they can see what happened in that blank moment.
No.
Yeah, no, dumb. It's like gray blood, right? Like, it's dumb. We know what it is.
Or the red viscous liquid, if you're going to
Sorry, Rey Mysterio. I didn't expect Rey to start off the show like that. Columbus, Ohio. Oh, so it is probably a Columbus tie. You got a good point.
Oh, I didn't even think that. Yeah, because I've got him talking about putting his title on the line against Logan Paul, which is it interesting to me, though, that everybody in LWO is behind him, and it almost looks like they're about ready to jump him. Then again, I think we now think that with any faction. If you stand behind someone, you're going to fuck them up.
Yeah, we're waiting for the moment.
They're going to swing over him, though, and miss. The brass knuckles that Escobar clearly did not plant 100% right there.
It's the dumbest thing. I will say that. Kevin Owens is on commentary. What's up, TJ Hook, by the way?
What happened?
KO will be doing commentary until Corey Graves returns, per Michael Cole. I imagine he probably returns next week or the week after.
I don't care. Kevin Owens is on commentary. Let's go. I work with his doppelganger, so.
Carlito!
Yeah, part of the LWO. His whole Titantron sucks. Like, Prince Carlito.
Yeah. It's just his name.
He's just Comic Sans. Like, what the fuck?
What? Yeah, no effort here.
Did they think that he wasn't actually going to be here and didn't have anything prepared, or he won't be here long?
That's what it feels like.
He looks fucking giant compared to everyone in the ring right now.
He was one of the smaller wrestlers in his prime.
Yes, and he looks like huge. Big Show right now showing up. You may be the wrong person.
Carlito versus Ray.
Oh, I'm glad Carlito is back. 39 degrees, just cold as hell. JV, well, turn on the heat, mom.
Right.
There's this thing called a thermostat. Use it. Soffit. Victor, what up? Congratulations to Corey Graves and Carmella on the birth of their son. There we go.
Santos wants a piece of Carlito. Wants to bite that apple.
Pause.
Santos says, "Fuck it, I'm out."
Why'd you turn him Irish?
Everyone's Irish in my head.
This shit, I'm out.
Everyone's half Shrek. Okay,
that's
so
Scottish, still not Irish.
Santos. Oh, look, Carlito trying to change, trying to talk to the other members.
We have a fraction within it.
And now we got more. Oh, Bobby.
Oh, so we're going to go right into Bobby Lashley versus Carlito.
Yeah, looks that way. Carlito versus Lashley. I told you. I didn't doubt you, my guy.
What? Oh. What is the... I got it. Just as I predicted, Santos Escobar is going to turn heel. I can feel that. So do we get a fracture between the LWO? Do we get an LAX versus an LWO? Does AEW own the trademark LAX?
Bobby and the Profits might not be a bad show, my guy. Against LWO. I mean, they've already kind of...
Oh, not at all. I don't think it 100% at all that it's a bad show. And it's interesting to me how, like I said, Carlito shows up with the LWO and he's head and shoulders and not the shampoo above everybody. And Montez Ford's the same height as Bobby. Dawkins is the same height as Bobby. Like, they look like they fit. Like, we were talking about how Carmella or Trick or both would work as a perfect fit with these guys.
Check out the entrance. Check out the pyro. Bobby Lashley set to take on Carlito as we head to our first commercial break. I believe Nick is going to take a
speaking of commercial break.
There you go. Got Bobby for the win. Yeah, folks, get in the chat. Let me know who you're taking. Who do you have for this matchup? Carlito having issues with Santos. Ray went to follow him. So Zelina went with them, and we're left with Carlito taking on Bobby. So we'll see. I mean, we got 6 men at ringside. This could turn into a tag team match. I hope not, but we'll see. Mexican Lobo versus Puerto Rican Lobo. I'm in, JV. Let's go. Just get we're gonna need Cody. We're gonna need Cody to help. Oh no, wait, he Cuban. My bad. Bobby Lashley for the win. There you go. Bobby for the win. Commercial break number 1. Bobby for the winnie. Sounds all kind of weird. Bobby, let's go. Bobby's gonna crush Carlito. Santos may come out during this one. Yeah, I wonder if Bobby crushes Carlito and then they all have that talk of like, see, we're better together. We'll see. Christian back in the chat, always with the interesting takes. Prediction storyline, Cody Rhodes is going to ask John Cena to join his team for War Games, Survivor Series, but Cena is going to say no because he didn't overcome Father Time at Crown Jewel. That might be an idea, except John Cena did get surgery. John Cena is heading back to Hollywood. So, yeah, I love the reach on that, but, yeah, highly unlikely. I mean, I'm still curious if they're going to go to 5 people or not. And if they go to a 5th, who would those 5ths be? They should book Lashley and the Profits versus the Bloodline at War Games. Victor, I kind of at some point would have liked to see Bobby get pushed towards Roman, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen anytime soon. Bobby. Lowo is turning heel. I think so, and I think they work better as a heel. I think Santos and Wild and who's the other one? But yeah, I think they work better. You know, they kind of had that Los Ingobernables vibe down there, and they were doing everything that Andrade was trying to do but never quite pulled off. I thought they did it extremely well. So, yeah, I'm all for it. I've been hearing about CM Punk going to New Japan. What do you think about that? Listen, do I see it happening? It could. Do I think it's likely? No, but we'll see. I mean, there's so much going on. Everyone freaking out because Punk answered Waller on social media. That's been going around. A lot has been happening. I don't know. But could he go to Japan? Yeah. Does he want to is the question. If he's trying to do, if his wife's busy working here, if he's trying to do shows, etc. here, maybe a stint in Japan's not a great idea for his life. I can't speak for the man. All I know is no matter what this guy does, it's going to be a big deal. No matter what he chooses to do, it's going to be huge. Because if you look at it, we constantly talk about CM Punk. CM Punk is more relevant than 80% of the current active wrestlers. And I know people don't like him. It doesn't matter. Facts are the facts. And he is more watched and paid attention to than just about anybody out there. So you've got to understand he is going to make a splash. There's a lot of teases with the WWE. Some people think he's going to be the masked man. Some people think he's going to Impact. We won't know. But I'm still leaning towards him returning to WWE. It just seems like way too lucrative, way too opportunistic not to do it. That's my take on that. I really think that the enemy of my enemy is my friend, and we can get a lot of value out of Punk if we're the WWE. If we bring in Punk, the t-shirts are going to go off the rack. People are going to lose their mind. We can put his face, his name on anything. It will sell. And you know what? We're not going to ask him to wrestle the way they asked him to wrestle there. We don't care if he can do a moonsault or a buckshot lariat. We just want him to be around, cut promos, be able to talk, sell a story. And then we'll give him a couple main events. You'll be happy. And it could be mutually, beneficial for everybody. But we are back from commercial break, folks. The Profits are at ringside with Bobby as Carlito gets rammed into the turnbuckle. But lots of energy out of the Street Profits. You got to give them credit. LA Knight versus Waller. Yes, Waller was running his mouth. LA Knight put out a video on social media accepting this offer. And we clip to B-Fab in the back. Is she the counterbalance? Would she be like B-Fab will take on Zelina in this war between the two? Maybe. Maybe this could be a traditional Survivor Series match. Dun, dun, dun. CM Punk on the Waller effect confirmed. I don't know if I need that yet. Hold tight. But yeah, definitely flirting with each other. And again, is it Punk just trolling? I mean, we looked at his co-host over in the MMA show with a little WWE in his pocket. Like, is it just trolling? Or are these hints? That's the hard part with this. Is it clues that we're going to get something, or is it just there? And again, WWE doesn't care because it will help bring eyes to Survivor Series. You don't think extra people are going to find a way to stream it or tune into it at the idea that he could be there? Even people who hate WWE might be peeking at the show just to see if he shows up. Oh, Carlito with a big forearm landing on Lashley. Boot to the gut. Knee lift. Crowd a little quiet on this one. Yeah, let's go. I want ice cream bars, damn it. Nick's in my belly. Pause. Nick, get out of his belly. What's up, John? How you doing? Welcome back. Now that heels is canceled, even more reason for Punk to wrestle somewhere. Absolutely. Now, I do know there's a lot of efforts going on in the background to try and get heels back up and running. Again, you left the show on a cliffhanger. Carlito smashing Lashley over the top rope. Lashley trying to get his shit together on the side of the ring. There you go. Good job, Jeff. That's a good one. Bobby will win with the Profits interference. Well, I'm expecting some type of kerfuffle to take place between Lawo and the Profits as they stand at ringside. WWE doesn't need CM Punk if they get their hands on MJF. If they get their hands on MJF, it's the equivalent of Babe Ruth going from the Red Sox to the Yankees. Yes, JV. However, and I think I talked about this before, for me, it's a bird in the hand, man. If you know you can get Punk now and MJF's a maybe later, then you take what you know you can get. And you can't, okay, we don't sign Punk, we won't take Punk back, but we don't get MJF. Now you have neither of them. So again, I understand this concept, but it's not a matter of need when it comes to the WWE. It's what do they want to put forward. They don't need more shows. They don't need to go to Saudi Arabia. They don't need to do really anything. They're just printing money. However, they're trying to do stuff. They want to do stuff. And signing Punk just to rain on Tony's parade might be something Triple H would be interested in. I could really see it. Corey Graves will be absent from commentary until Survivor Series. All right, thank you for that confirmation. I had not heard that yet, Christian, but I will take your word for it. I pray Jeff Jarrett is the masked man. Keyshawn, I pray that you stop bringing up Jeff Jarrett in my chat. No, I'm just kidding, my guy. Jeff Jarrett better not be the masked man. If Jeff Jarrett is the masked man, I'll throw a temper tantrum like a 4-year-old girl. No offense, ladies. But yeah, no, I can't imagine that. I can't fathom that. As we go into another commercial break, by the way. But the masked man's still up for debate. A lot of people are debating different things. Britt Baker, MJF, which I still argue if it's MJF, it's a bad choice. But, you know, could it be who? Lots of options. I still think it's Adam Cole in some form of Undisputed Era. Or maybe it's Roddy Strong leading an Undisputed Era. Maybe that's what it is. It's Roddy and O'Reilly. Like maybe they get the band back together without Adam. Corey Graves got that one. Commercial break. I think we're on commercial break 2 or 3. I don't know. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, wait. Somebody up in the chat. Speaking of somebody.
Well, I was about to try and come back on, you know, speaking of raining on parades.
Somebody, oh, here it is. Dynamite, 804,000. NXT, 794,000. 10,000 apart.
On one hand, to me, it's just AW recognize the lane you are in. It's so hard at this point. It's just acknowledge where you're at.
Ooh,
respect.
Yeah, nobody's gonna like to hear that. No, and I get it.
I don't care if you don't like to hear it. It's the God's honest truth. That's the thing. Is sorry, I'm gonna go here for half a second. It's been a back and forth. It's one of those of it's like the XFL saying they're gonna compete with the NFL or any shit like that. It's one of those of like go ahead, as he's gonna take a pause. So he's gonna let me go on this tangent here. Don't worry, I'll get him on the back end. But 100% is AEW needs to acknowledge where it's at, really. Like, it stopped running 20,000 seat venues when you can fill 3,000 to 4,000 seats and everything like that. Like, seriously, like, just acknowledge where you're at and just realize that you can get there. You're just not there yet. It's one of those of, Christ, we do it on the channel. I'm going to pull it back that way. We are not we're not a wrestle, or we're not a wrestle talk, a cultaholic, a what culture, anything like that. But the goal is to get there. But we stay within what we do, and we try and do the best at what we do. And I still would say we do it sometimes even better than what they do. But that's the thing, is acknowledge what you're doing in the game. As Adonis out here talking with BFAB as she walks away, of how has anyone given a shit about BFAB, honestly, respectfully, as Carlito dumps Bobby on the outside, springboard onto the top or over the top on the outside on Bobby. Nick is the masked devil. Well, we'll see. But that's actually what I did want to talk about. To me, I've seen a lot of people as I like that Carlito actually went in and broke up the fucking count. He actually acknowledged, like, hey, we've been outside for a minute. Let me at least break up this count here. As Montez is grabbing the leg here. Oh, Joaquin and Montez going at it. So, like I said, we're gonna end up with probably a 6-man tag match here, if not, a tag team surrounded by a singles match as Dawkins hits the big ass bounce and then dumps out. Oh, I forgot his name because he wasn't DJ Zima Ion. Escobar's back now, throwing hands. So now this is interesting because Bobby's enziguri into Carlito's spear, but Bobby and the Profits are supposed to be the old faction. 2-3 count as Bobby picks up the win. But Bobby's supposed to be the heel faction. Bobby and the Profits is supposed to be the heel faction here. Meanwhile, we are kind of anticipating Escobar is going to turn heel. Maybe we get a fracture within the LWO. So it's interesting to see Escobar like kind of really. Oh, now he's hesitating. Okay. This is where it gets a little weird and a little overdone, a little confusing here. Escobar is a heel, but he's not a heel. He's like the Drew McIntyre of fucking SmackDown, of kind of a heel, but kind of not a heel, which I've heard that they might add him to the War Games match. War Games! I'm still going to say it better than Adam Pearce, or at least like William Regal said it. As Ray's trying to break Escobar out of his trance. 0-1. This LW is trash. Does WWE run the risk of at times they overuse factions that they become, complacent? Oh, we're getting a shoving match. Is this where we get the turn between Escobar and Ray? Because Ray shoved Escobar. And boy, howdy did he not like that, because Escobar was trying to tell him, you don't need to go help him. He's not fully with us. He ain't down for the cause. Oh, Escobar's this is where he's gonna turn. 100%. He's still eyeing up Ray. Oh, yes! Elbow to the back of Ronald Mysterious as Ray was hugging Carlito and just, whispering sweet nothings into his ear. And now Escobar is turning on Ray of this. You wouldn't have this without me. As he jumps over him behind, now he's just dog walking him. Oh, come on, Escobar. I get he's the legend, but you got to go over strong here. You can't. He can earn his stripes back. You can't lose stripes out the gate here. As literally he just gets pushed and kind of pot-shotted by. Are they going to sell this of like, no, I had to talk some sense into you? What the fuck is going on here? As Ray's now picking up Escobar. Oh, I'm sorry. He's Ray's apologizing to this man. Escobar throws him in the turnbuckle. Fucking turn fully heel. Sorry, language. Paul Breaker on the ring step. Yeah. Oh! Double ball buster there as he kicks the ring step. So even sledged Ray. I was running through Ronald Mysterious all through my brain at the same time. This is awful. It's not great, but it's still at least we finally got the fucking Band-Aid pulled off to where Escobar actually turned heel. Was not the greatest way to do it, especially, like it should have just been he beats the shit out of him and then, even he's sitting there pawing at the mask and everything of, I gave up my mask to be fucking big in WWE. You didn't have to, everything. Oh, so they sold it on his knee. But so Escobar's walking off by himself. Interesting. But yeah, he should have really just gone at Ray and then stayed going at Ray. So it wasn't super great, But at least finally, like I said, we pulled that Band-Aid off as we're in commercial break number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What? Lots of heat. A little clunky, but I like it. Fair enough. Fair enough. Which hurt most? Seeing Ray take that spot or seeing Ray take that eyeball spot with Seth Rollins? Because that, I mean, I know it was funny with all of the ping pong balls and everything, but every man's felt that pain. I don't ever want to feel that pain of, my eyeball going into a ring step. Break number 3, Ray is funny with the face. It's so funny how a man with a mask can emote so much, honestly. Commercial break number 3. Okay. So what's the line at, Curtis? Somebody let me know what the line's at here. Hopefully Santos Escobar turns on Cody Rhodes at WWE Raw. Richard, keep one in one hand and, doing something in the other and see which fills up first and let me know. Because I don't think we're going to really cross streams. If we're setting up for probably a Escobar versus Rey Mysterio match at Survivor Series. Who are the chefs? The chefs? I don't know why I read it that way. The Chiefs? The Swifties? The Kelseyites? What? My SmackDown hasn't started yet. He's out on the West Coast. Who is who? I don't talk about spoilers. I like this channel. Kenny, well, thank you 100% for liking the channel. And 100%, if you do like this channel, make sure you hit that like. Make sure you be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. We are still on the road to 3,000 subscribers and still just to think a little bit over a year old. We haven't hit the 2-year mark yet. It's still growing at a record pace. So 100% be a friend, tell a friend. Big things popping, other things stopping up to something. Season never sleeps because you never know what we might have up our sleeves. But yeah, that comment was a little bit like trying to read hieroglyphics. So respect. Turn from Santos. Yes, bonkers. The horrible act of Ray and Santos hurt more. And where was the NWO to help Ray? Justin, well, they showed up at the last minute of, they played their part. They got to, show up at the end. But that's why, though, I think it should have been Santos just constantly just was laying, the beat down on Ray. And then you can have the LWO that has to pull him off of like, man, what are you doing? Da, da, da. Versus that was just little too convoluted. Over, you guys will get huge. I've been sharing it on Instagram and Facebook, if that's okay. I have a lot of wrestling buddies. Well, I appreciate you. And 100%.
Speaking of wrestling buddies.
Yeah, 100%. We are the wrestling buddies you can't get in real life. We're your alternative commentary that you need in your life.
My Toronto Maple Leafs just went up 4-1, and I'm back from commercial break, folks. So life is good. But yeah, no, I didn't mind what just happened there because, I mean, it's not. I like that they sold us on the idea that it wasn't just cut and dry. Like Santos woke up this morning like, I chose violence. It was like, I don't know. I'm sick of this shit. And then kind of snaps as it works out. So, and as far as I don't know if you guys noticed, but the Woe got their ass kicked. Dawkins, I think, looks great in this role as the big pounce, and then he just took Steve Lee. And him. Yeah, he looks wicked.
But do you like that they had to where Escobar kind of beat up Ray, and then he kind of like composed himself of like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, we're good and everything. And then like has a moment to where he snaps again. Like, did you like the whole little kind of respectfully ball buster spot?
It was
versus
like,
he just beats the shit out of him, and then the NWO has to pull him off him.
Yeah, like I like the idea that it was a little bit of the Fredo. I know it was you all along. Like that to me, what it was.
This is him doing Eddie. This is their Eddie.
Yeah.
Ray had it coming.
And I will say, I thought he got a decent amount of heat. KO scratching his head. And I've turned on my share of people.
Honestly, Big Nick, I liked if Santos was still confused about turning.
Yeah.
Victor, do you think I got a deal on floor seats for the Rumble at $665 a pop? Well, I don't know what they were going at, so
well, I
I
mean,
can
yeah,
tell you watching us is a lot cheaper than $665.
yeah, if you're in the nosebleeds, maybe, but if you're in the middle somewhere, that sounds pretty good. That's expensive as shit. UFC's coming to Toronto, and it's like $3,000 a ticket.
Bro, seriously?
It's a fortune.
I guess I'm glad that I got in when I got in watching the UFC here.
Yeah.
But I'll read Over the Top Wrestling Podcast shout out. The fact that I cut on SmackDown and I saw Carlito versus Lashley was hilarious. What year am I in? 2009.
If I could turn back time. Yeah, welcome over the Road Wrestling Podcast. Go check those folks out. But yeah, no, I mean, again, it's funny, yeah, because we turned the clock back, and it wasn't the most exciting of matches. It was very serviceable. We got where we needed to go. I think the Profits look great. I like them as heels. I like what they're doing. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Dawkins all of a sudden in this role. He's standing out to me.
Fair enough.
I think overall, I mean, you know, we kind of thought I thought the Carlito turn would have, the Santos turn was going to come before he lost the belt. I thought he was going to lose the belt to Santos.
Fair enough.
But we're getting a replay of Kairi Sane's return, not debut, but return.
Yeah, as we're going to have Bailey addressing the state of damage control. Did KO change ties between breaks? No.
I don't think so.
Here's Bailey, 40 ounce. Sipping on OG Old English. My guy, I've been there. Sometimes that shit just hit right. Respectfully.
I got a cold 45 and 2 zigzags.
No, I've been there. Of like 450 for like a 40 of Old English. Like sometimes that shit just hit right.
Yeah, that was my my go-to when my youthful days of like, what can we get for $6?
It's so funny because I went to your country very much underage, even for your country, and still got served alcohol.
Oh my god! And it's pretty easy. We're pretty laid back. I mean,
yeah, you're like the French, just laid back as shit.
Right? If you have enough facial hair, you're close enough. You're like 13 and a half.
I came out the womb like this, folks.
Right? That's why, that's why we're all burly, because you start getting served at 15.
You're getting a shot of whiskey with this here.
Oh, here's Bailey.
The Wagoneer. Bailey Hot Pants.
Wagonero.
Wagonero.
Ray had
like Homer Simpson getting in trouble for reaching for that gummy.
Gummy DeMilo.
Forbidden donut.
Pause. I stand with Santos. There you go, Scott. Welcome back, big guy.
Are we all gonna just have to have a movement here?
You had it coming, Nick.
We got the what?
Bailey looking like a snapback.
Yeah, she's looking like a fruit I like to roll up. What?
Night Train 2020.
What should be the name of our stream when we're covering Wrestle Revolver?
Yeah, no kidding. If I was a 6-pack deep and squinting, Bailey could.
Nah, 100%.
Just one OE. We're good. We'll call it. That's all we need.
I just still laugh all the time of how much I just didn't need to say the word Sky Pirates, and you laugh and everything.
It's so ridiculous.
But it's so funny because my wife, who is so thankful, by the way, that I do this, because she hasn't had to listen to me talk about wrestling for like 2 years.
Dakota rocking her tongue.
She knows Sky Pirates and everything like that. Like that's still. She was like, "Oh, maybe I should watch again."
Yeah, no, Dakota even coming out with the other two and very much embracing her Street Fighter vibe.
Yeah, but she's out here looking like they wouldn't come out here without me. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing here. Fuck is going on? Like, I'm sick of this. Now, this goes into the rumors to where There's the alleged to where we're gonna get Io Kyrie paired up with Asuka. We're gonna get it
Asuka.
paired up with what was potentially rumored, allegedly going to be Saray. Now, if it's Julia, which if that is that's 100% a bee in the bonnet for Tony or for Triple H there. He is gonna just piss off Tony Khan all sorts of ways if he signs Julia.
I'm calling a 6-man or 6-woman tag match. Belair interrupts. It's possible.
Scott, thank you for the super chat, but I also kind of chuckle at this. If I had a movement earlier, I was dancing to the groove.
if that's what
not
you're
gonna lie, you had me in the first half.
Hey, we all got our routine.
Hey, we're getting a replay though of the last time that we saw Kyrie on WWE TV from July 27, 2020, which I like that they're doing. They're showing that there's tension between Kyrie and Bayley.
Yeah.
Long-term booking, even if it's accidental.
Right. Thank you so much, Scott. By the way, Cole 45, Coral 35. Look what I started. Charlotte Flair interrupts
by their fish market and said, "Good morning, ladies."
The crowd is quiet.
Yeah, Scott, yeah.
Charles. Hey, what's up, guys? Steve-O, how you doing? How you doing? I knew the LWO would be falling apart. Yeah, I think a lot of us saw the writing on the wall with this one. I'm not shocked. I'm actually shocked it took so long.
Well, that's the thing is we all predicted the Escobar turn. It was just a matter of when. It wasn't a matter of if, it was a matter of when.
Right. Oh, again, look like Bayley.
I'm sorry. I look at Kyrie and I'm like, how much do clothes cost in the Matrix? She wants to be the leader of Damage Control. Oh, is that what she said? What? Why do her pants look like they're straight out of the 1990s? Like, them shits are baggier than God knows what.
I forgive you.
What? I was like, what do you forgive me for, sir? This is Confessions with KJ and Big Nick?
You, my guy. They're hugging, even though Bayley seems a little
Bayley looks awkward as right now.
And here's Belair. Whoever called the Belair got it right. Point for you.
Is this a heel turn? Like, is this more a babyface turn for Bayley?
I think eventually, if my theory is correct, and that this is leading to a women's war game match between this bunch, I think there will be a lot of skepticism of who goes where and who goes what and who's a babyface and who's a heel by the end of the show.
That's fine. We're not going to talk about that.
We don't need to debate that right now, but if
no, I want to know.
I want
to make sure them sequences stay where they're supposed to be. Young out, girl, you're fine. Like
a lot of people don't like damage control. Here comes Charlotte. And then Shotzi. Here we go. We're building.
I swear to God, this is not going to go well. We have Adam Pearce or Nick Aldis come out here and say War Games. I'm not going to be able to be on stream for the rest of the night.
I like this, Scott. De La Soul. I love that.
De La Soul.
Did I?
I don't know.
I thought I missed a reference. Our buddy Justin, who's not a WWE fan. Now, I agree with you. That whole Bayley situation was a little bit clunky and not the most entertaining. Now, are you actually watching?
Like fucking, I'm a peacock and you got to let me fly. But she's also
Oscar!
Bro, oh, motherfucker!
I called it! But I will say, to their credit, that Asuka's had issues with damage control for months. Charlotte's had issues with damage control since she's returned. Bianca got put on the shelf and then lost at Crown Jewel. So it's not a lack of build. This is not, to me, shoving a round peg in a square hole.
Asuka's cutting her promo in Japanese straight at Kyrie. And
remember my classic.
Meanwhile, Bianca's having to do like, yeah, what she said.
Do you remember Asuka and Io's exchange?
I'm not.
Yeah, exactly. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
I am you. You are him. He is me. You is blind.
You is blind.
6-1. So see, screw you. We're not getting what you said. We're getting what I said.
It's only the beginning.
Tag match.
Come on, you got to
versus Bianca, Asuka, and Charlotte.
Read the tea leaves. What do you think this triple threat leads? Or sorry, 6-woman match.
No.
Read the tea leaves.
No, as we're getting Dragon Lee.
We're gonna get Nick Aldis doing his best William Regal impression by the end of the night. I've had enough. War games.
I hate that you're probably right. So I'm getting a video package for Dragon Lee, Dirty Lee.
Yes, De La Soul. Let's go. Well, that's technically for gamers, so.
Well, no, I like this. Nick, you or me?
You or me?
You are you? You is mine.
The best part. No, you was mine. What?
100%. We've done this plenty of times of who's on first and what is on second.
Clinton, welcome back. Welcome back.
Been a minute, my guy.
Clifford, if we haven't said hello yet, good to see you. Justin, it's good to see you. Now, I'm curious. Are you actually watching SmackDown? I'm curious. I'm not saying you're not, but sometimes I wonder if you just jump in and like, this sucks, but you're not watching. But
so
this
like
time
he just shows up and tells us, I'm watching everything but this.
That's my favorite. I'm not sure why Clay follows us. I appreciate him every day.
100%. We've said it before, and I'll say it again. Even when the wrestling sucks, we never do. So 100%, even if you're not watching WWE, if you're not a fan of AEW, you tune into us, we got you covered.
Right now, we're getting a Veterans Day package, folks. For us here in Canada, it's Remembrance Day. For you guys in the States, it's Veterans Day, I believe. So
yeah,
ours is tomorrow. Yours is the 11th as well, I believe. 11/11. Yes. All right.
Good on you.
So yeah, folks,
that's how much I'm a good American.
So yeah, we'll give a big shout out to all those in the armed forces, past, present, and future. And here in our country, we were poppies to remind us. It says a symbol of memory. Yeah, we end up, shout out.
I was gonna say I know I've had family in the military, but yeah, just poppies. What? Why?
Well, in Flanders Field, you've heard the poem Flanders Field, right?
No.
Cool. All right.
Do tell us. Do tell.
It was where a lot of the soldiers were buried in Flanders Fields. Poppies grow. So it's a reference to the war. There was this.
Neighborino.
Yeah. So, there you go. Likewise, Jordan Smith. 6-woman tag match. I believe Damien might have called that coming our way. So that, in fact, is the case. I still believe that's building elsewhere. Jesus Christ, can you keep the puck out of the net?
No. No. Well, I'll just go here. Dudes, I'm dealing with personal crap. I believe we call it life. Right now, it sucks. Got a break right now.
Yeah,
we'll say nothing, Glenn, but respect. 100%. We all deal with that shit.
And listen, anytime you need an escape from the world, this is a good place to do it. It's what I do.
Yes.
Just come hang out with y'all and forget about my problems for a couple hours.
Literally told this man beforehand. Just gotta needed this shit.
We call it therapy. Thank you for participating.
Right. It's like hashtag not sponsored by BetterHelp. This is just BetterHelp without having to pay for anything.
Not a doctor. I played one on TV though. Well,
I did not stay at a Holiday Inn Express, anything like that.
I like Cedric Alexander. I would love to work with him. Cedric's awesome. He's a good talent, man. I'm happy that he's still around. I feel bad about Shelton, but I'm happy about Cedric.
I feel awkward about the fact that you're saying you would love to work with him. I'm wondering in what aspect.
And I'm assuming wrestling.
One would hope.
One would hope.
Respect to the troops, most love. Thank you for your service.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. 11/11/2023.
Tomorrow. Yep.
Yes. Make a wish. KJ, now that I have the world heavyweight title, do I have to get the women's world heavyweight title in the name of equality? Yes. Your argument against me.
You got to go get it.
You got.
If you are a multinational brand that needs to appease a giant,
you're a warrior.
Yes.
You're an advocate.
So, Boston, I'll leave it to you to decide. At what level is your influence, and how many people are you trying to influence?
That's a fucked up ass way to say that.
Facts.
Treat it like boxing, stick and move,
right. Let's go. I'm doing good. Just bros. I love 100%. All right. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you. Thank you for the military shout out. It was a pleasure to have served, Charles.
Oh, fair enough, then, Charles. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because I know plenty of people. And I'm sure on both sides that have served. So
yeah, 100%. Both my grandfathers, uncles, and such. So again, we're nothing but love.
I was just saying we're not going to get full political.
Yeah, I didn't want to get.
We're not sponsored by the U.S., so we're not doing a tribute to the troops.
Yeah, no.
Stream quite.
And our military is much different than yours.
You ride on moose.
We take moose, and I think we call ours peacekeepers, and I think you call yours fucker uppers.
Well, hold on. How is that at least going to give you the name of Quebecers?
The Quebecers are here.
Peacekeepers, like no, yeah, we are. We're what's classified as shit starters.
Yeah. Right now we got Dragon Lee and Cedric Entertainer. Cedric the Entertainer. Oh, yeah, you got me all fucked up. Cedric Alexander and Dragon Lee 1-on-1. If you guys want to make a prediction on this match, let me know.
That's how you know this man was thinking swerve. You know what? Right. Swerve when I drive. I swerve when I drive. I swerve when I commentate. I swerve when I stream.
For life. Let's go.
Bye.
I did not inhale. Oh, we always inhale. Fuck off.
Fuck is you doing that if you ain't doing that? Like
Urain, welcome. I feel Asuka will turn on Charlotte and Bianca and join Kyrie and Io. I feel like that's possible, especially because they started out with the babyface angle. Yeah, dude, I'm with you on that. I think we talked about that. Possible.
Right. But then do we still get to your War Games match?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I think there will be like when we go into the War Games, I think what they're trying to do.
Who's on who?
Well, I think we're starting it off. So you got Asuka, Charlotte, and Belair. I think they're going to
turn in the War Games match.
What's that?
So Asuka turns in the War Games match?
Possibly, yeah. Like I could see Damage Control falling apart, causing them to lose to the baby faces at War Games. That's my take. Because I think Asuka could turn amongst the whole situation. Maybe does Bailey come back? Like wacky waving inflatable dudes.
Wacky waving inflatable arm inflatable tube man. Wacky
Tope Dragon.
Tope. Not Tope, Tope.
Yeah.
But so it's a 3-on-3, it's a 6-person.
No. So then you have Shotzi Blackheart.
Who's the fourth?
You have Shotzi Blackheart out there that I believe has had issues with Bailey ongoing. So I would be okay with her joining the babyface team. And I think the heel team they would have to recruit. So I don't know who that fourth would be because Dakota is not able to go, as far as I know, until January.
Yeah, but would it not be surprising if they just pull it out and then Dakota can go? But yeah, I do get what you're saying.
If Dakota could go, it'd be cool.
They could do it. My stance is just you save everything. You save all the spots. You save all the excitement. Like it's one of those, like, to me, the Royal Rumble's a little bit different. It's like if you did a fucking women's Hell in a Cell the same time you do a men's Hell in a Cell. Like, no, because
Elimination Chamber.
You're double dipping.
Yeah,
Even then, you're double dipping. You're double dipping a little bit.
I'm okay with double dipping. I'm a big fan of the ladies.
Cedric just fucking yeeted that man.
Good match. Crowd clapping. Nick, why is Monday Night Raw always go off the air at 11? I remember I always going off the air at 11:15. Well, Nick,
I guess I have to be the one to explain this. I didn't know I worked for the company, but
I believe it's because
I've been there before to where you have the VHS tapes and you have to set your shit to record. Certain time. You literally set to record 15 minutes past or so. Sometimes you're getting like General Hospital or something like that. Sometimes you're getting the end of Mick Foley versus The Rock. The world may never know.
I do believe. Oh wow, Spanish Fly, 2 count. I think it's because of the news. I think it's the deal. Like they want to go live with the news at 11. I think. I know that's an issue thing. Like that's an important.
Bro, this is the same show that's been circumvented by the Westminster Dog Show. Like, what are you talking about?
No, I just mean that's why
news, but
they don't get the bleed in because the network won't allow them on Mondays and Fridays. Then I don't believe they can, but I could be wrong.
But so you think though? Well, which isn't a bad shout. If they go to FX, which has had Always Sunny, which has had
they could bleed
a couple edgier shows, even Archer, etc.
2. Wow, sorry, Nick.
No, you're
what
good.
A match.
But that we could get more of a Monday Night Raw that feels Monday Night Raw. Pause.
You could bring in Alba and Isla Dawn. Part of the War Games, I'm in for that.
But is it weird that they were that FX is a Fox network and Fox just said piss off with SmackDown?
Oh, I don't know if they said piss off.
That was clean.
Nice. Selena Del Sol, and it's over.
Not even a Selena Del Sol. It was a tilt-a-whirl into a fucking reverse DDT.
I wasn't even looking. I was not gonna lie.
No, 100%. I watched that. I was like, that's clean as shit.
KO's doing a good job. I had no doubt. I think KO brings
another element. That you could have had this versus fucking Swerve Scott in AW, and you just couldn't make it work.
Well, I know Tony Khan was really upset when Dragon Lee decided to go this route.
Well, book your fucking people better.
Commander and Vikingo versus FTR on Rampage. Holy shit.
Yes. That's so far the most that I've seen been advertised. That I think there might be 1 or 2 matches else advertised. But yeah, are we highlighting 2K23? Why?
Yeah, Clinton, we've definitely seen some New Japan. I know New Japan's doing a show tonight. Lone Star, but we keep our finger on all pulses.
Right. I think we actually talked about that show actually.
Oh, that's what it was. There you go.
That was that show. Yeah. But we're getting Logan Paul right now doing the hype up for 2K23.
WWE watches AEW like a catalog. Yeah, like a scout going to a college game.
I wouldn't even fully say that.
I think so. I think so. Hey, Mr. Regal, who did you spot while you were over there? That's half the reason I think that Ric Flair's there. Hey, Rick, who's hot right now? When's their contract up? Do some talking. Let's go.
No, I get that. Yeah, as you're getting all of your lovely pictures with the U.S. title, but yeah, okay, I'll give you that at least at a scout level and everything. That's the thing is, think about it. Everybody that they've signed from AEW outside of Cody Rhodes, who was previously WWE, we were contemplating, do they go to NXT as so Kevin Owens is a Steelers fan now, apparently, as we're showing off the team championship bouts as well, of course, because we're in Ohio, OH.
You know what I'm not going to do? LA
Pittsburgh
Knight.
Steelers, Cleveland Browns, and the Cincinnati Bengals.
So we got LA Knight coming out. He's taking on Waller next. Did you hear what KO said? Well, I know I won't be taking a shower with this title. LA Knight versus Waller up next. Yes, it is. Commercial break 4. I feel like we're in 5. I'll take your word for it. Commercial break.
You can have that. But yeah, we've got Mania coming up.
Yeah.
Now, how do you feel that the rumors have started to come out again, mostly respectfully because of Booker T's podcast, that LA Knight has quote unquote issues backstage, that the attitude is a problem?
Yeah, I don't know. I struggle to subscribe to any of that. Like I struggle with it because I think the top guys who are fighting for their position can be deemed that way. And we talk about it with Punk, we talk about it in the past with the Austins, the Rocks. They all had attitudes. Shawn Michaels was an outright dick for years, but that's kind of how it's perceived. Like a lot of people perceive Bret Hart as a dick, but he just believed what he believed and stood on his morals and didn't budge. And I think that's the case with LA. Of his time to strike is now, because once his 15-minute window closes, it may never open again.
Well, even I get that to an extent of 100%, even with us, of when you are the top guy and you're the top guy, of you're going to run with that. To hell be damned. If you rub some people the wrong way, cool. Well, guess what? I'm going for the top spot, so I need to make sure that I'm going for the top spot. Like, yeah, respectfully, fuck your feelings. Like, we're all going for the top spot.
My bad.
No, you're good.
No, that's it. And again, if you're someone that's been there struggling to climb that ladder for years, and all of a sudden LA kind of pole vaults everybody, you might not love them. But it's a business.
Again, speaking like us, so everybody hates when somebody, just kind of starts off in the game and just takes the ball and fucking,
runs.
That's the rookie record and, is just hot in the game. Right. Everybody hated Jordan when he was a rookie. Everybody hated LeBron when he was a rookie. Well, Christ, everybody still hates LeBron, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, it's one of those. This man has established himself, and it's so weird to see, almost respectfully, the old guard try and like chip away at shit. Like even before anything that Booker said, you saw Kevin Nash, and LA had to sit there and take a little quick jab at it. Sorry, he's good at what he does. Like it, run from it, respect it. It is inevitable. He's good at what he does.
LA Knight for the win. Yes, folks, get your predictions in. But yeah, Nick, you're not wrong. He's definitely good at what he does. And again, I mean, it is what it is. I take a grain of salt with a lot of that stuff. And a lot of times Booker will say one week he's like, oh, it would be ridiculous with Punk. Next week he's like, Punk's a draw. You're like, so, I mean, Booker's a little eccentric that way. So we just let it be.
Let it be. Let it be.
Tattooed on my leg for a reason, my guy.
Five time.
Right? Let me talk to you.
Why?
LA Knight wins. LA Knight wins. Waller taking a lot of losses.
But is this not two of the best on the mic in this kind of new generation? Like, if you had to do a top 5 of on the mic right now, LA Knight, Waller are in there. MJF's obviously leading the pack.
Top 5? You put Waller in the top 5 talkers?
Of up-and-coming talkers. I'm not saying talkers right now. I'm saying of, like, the new crop.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, okay. With that asterisk to it, yeah.
No, this man, 100%. I'm a fan of him just because of the way he went at Swifties. Like,
right?
Absolutely.
He's smart. He's using his means to get himself relevant. So, how the hell is talent supposed to get over? I need context, Charles. I mean, do you want a summation of how the talent gets himself over? I don't.
Right. Subscribe, be a member, and then we'll do a breakdown of how talent gets itself over.
Right.
But No, I forgot even where I was going. Anyways, sorry, go ahead.
Lance Storm had said multiple times that an outstanding match. I can't wait to see it. What match? What match? What match, Victor? Oh, Impact. Osprey versus Josh Alexander.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of buzz for this one, Nick.
I'm telling you, I'm calling it already ahead of time. It's not a prediction. It's a spoiler that match is better than Osprey versus Bayley.
Yeah, and it's funny because I saw mixed reviews. I saw some people really praising Alex Shelley and Gresham last night. Then I saw other people that didn't like it at all. So I'm
that's peas to a pear here.
Well, no, but what I mean is, it's just I'm curious to see it, and I'm curious to see this match. I want to see if it lives to the hype. Ontario,
talk to you.
Milking it.
But he's got the momentum behind him.
Yeah,
100%.
And you gotta run that. You gotta ride it. I hate when in the past, especially the late Vince years, Nick, it didn't matter if you got over or not. They had a plan. They were sticking to it unless Vince changed his mind on what the plan was.
Yeah, but sometimes though, when the plan changes too much, you get a thing like AW, TNA, NWA.
That's what I think people had issue with, right? Like we got things that we didn't love shoved down our throat, and the things like a Mizdow that was getting over didn't get any love. LA's
touched that with a 10-foot pole.
Right, there you go. LA was supposed to get himself over. He did.
He did. He will continue to.
Yimmy, yeah. LA Knight's deal was about a disagreement, but everything has worked out now. And yeah, I think sometimes with the rumors and the podcasters, us included, you only get part of the story. So yeah, we might have heard about some arguments backstage, but you don't necessarily hear about but they made up and they hugged it out. So yeah, I don't know. I think LA Knight's perfectly fine.
Oh, still, again, 100% shameless plug of this is why we have the dirt sheet debates that we do every Sunday, to where get you and I going out here like Skip and Stephen A. or Shannon Sharp or anything like that. Of 100%, we're going back and forth of digging through all of the dirt sheet rumors of basically trifling through Meltzer's trash here and just making sense to it.
Mm-hmm. Boston says Knight probably squash him Waller and then cut it. It's the other way around. This is WWE. They do the promos usually before the matches.
Yes.
The other AEW tends to do the matches than the promos. I don't know.
No, AEW just books their whole show backwards. Like, let's be honest. Like, we're gonna put our world title match first, and then we're gonna have the match that no one gives a fuck last.
Yeah. You and I hadn't talked about that.
We're coming.
We'll save that for a little bit later because you and I haven't talked much about this week's Dynamite yet. So I'd love to get your take on it as we move forward. But Grayson Waller is interrupting LA Knight. What do you think about Metalik not wanting to lose to Commander on an episode of Rampage October 20th? Yeah, I heard this match got canceled because Metalik was like, fuck no.
On a Rampage that matters so much.
He's like, I'm not losing to this kid. He hasn't. And again, I do believe that, there's this hierarchy in lucha, right? Like I'm the senior guy. I'm not willing to give up to this younger guy.
This is what happens though when you let inmates run the asylum.
Mm-hmm. Here's a better question for Damien and everybody else. Why are we booking Commander versus Metalik on our AEW programming at this point in history?
Facts.
That's my question. That's my issue. You have a lot of in-house talent that you could be using, booking, that are willing to take a job to each other, and then you don't have to deal with, lucha politics.
Right. Why is Grayson Waller out here looking like one of those pillows that if you move your hand one way, it's a different color? Like you look like you can move the sequins enough on Grayson Waller that says like I am asshole on his chest.
If he could pull it off, I think he would. Yeah. LA Knight for the win. Yeah. LA Knight for the win. Eli Drake for the dub. There you go, money. So yeah.
Dummy.
Oh.
What? No, sorry.
Oh, he called it an STD. What did the Waller effect sounds like some type of
Yes,
STD.
it does. Yes, it does. It's not wrong. I still find it funny though that LA Knight's out here literally like all I'm waiting for him to do was do the Hulkamania backstroke and everything. Like he's out here in the full like Hulkamania gear. What you gonna do, brother? You gotta say your yes, take your vitamins.
You're not allowed.
Like, really, is when I look at you, you're not allowed within 50 feet of a school.
Well, I think Waller should stop doing the overselling with his face. It looks a little ridiculous.
Well, at this point, yeah, no. Like at this point, no. In the name of Chris Hansen, just stop.
A little bit, dial back just a little, bro.
Right.
Miz is not going to get involved in the match against LA Knight because the Miz is a baby face on Raw. I don't know who suggested that. I do not think Miz will be here in any way, shape, or form.
What is obvious for 1,000, Alex?
Waller is not in my top 5 on the mic. No, I said the same thing, Boston, but as far as young up-and-comers who are good on the mic, he is in the probably the top group for sure.
If you had to do a rookie class like a
MJF,
double XL top 5 of dudes on the mic, he's in there.
Yeah, like the young guys that are good with it. I kind of see that he's in the mix. He's getting a lot of airtime for sure. Like right now, this going a bit long.
He uses the social media to get his extra airtime if he's not going to get
it. LA Knight heard me and went swinging. Thank God.
Right.
Oh.
Why is every time I'm now looking at like
what was that?
A water bottle, but every time I'm looking at this man, he's looking like fucking Drumline here.
And he rolled back in the ring to do his gimmick. I believe we're probably going to go to commercial break. And KO is laughing at Waller. Waller not having a good night right now. Yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah, what are you going to do about it?
I like KO on commentary.
You would, because it's you.
Right, let's go. Who got the rub from Samoa Joe and his title reign? Oh, okay.
Oh,
can we
yes, let's talk about this.
Can we save it? Can we is it too much that we'll save it just because I really want to talk about it, but I mean we're
save it till Rampage.
Oh yeah,
oh, that's a big ass tease. If we're gonna save that talk till Rampage, because
all right, let's touch on it real quick. We got a commercial.
No. We can save it till Rampage because you'll see. Yeah, we can save it till Rampage because that's a contention point. That's a sticking point. That's a.
I got issues.
That's a unofficial, unintended, like unexpected litmus test for AEW, and they fucking bailed that shit with flying colors. Respectfully.
Yeah. Anyway. I think we're going to tag in and out on this one, but on this commercial break. But we will. Keyshawn, remind us when we get back to Rampage. But Nick and I have not talked Dynamite yet, so we will talk a little more AEW as we get.
Things are going to go boom when we talk Dynamite.
Yeah, there's some funny things to talk. I mean, I gave him credit for a more entertaining show than we've had in a few weeks. There's some people who are like, man, these shows have been amazing since like all year. And I'm like, what am I watching? Help me. But yeah, it was a slightly better show than we were getting.
Named James Mitchell and Billy Corgan.
It was better than that for sure.
Right, but
yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit, folks. MJF, LA Knight. Now, can we count LA Knight as an up and coming? I think his age takes him out of the running. JV. Ricky Starks, 100%. I give you that. Swerve, yes. Grayson Waller's in there. I mean, again, I think what Waller's been able to do, and even as an NXT talent, guys, I thought he did extremely well, conveying himself. He got in, rivalries with AJ Styles. He was good at really being irritating, annoying. I think he's shown himself well. I think he's got a bright future. I think he's not going to stop anytime soon. So, yeah, he might be in that list. And again, we could debate whether or not LA Knight should be considered in the up and coming class, but he's a little more seasoned than some of the other names on that list. There has to be equality. We just saw the 3 Japanese chicks screaming at each other. Wait. Time the fuck out. I can't respond to that unless I know where it came from. But I'm not going that far back up. So you can have that. Talon is jealous because LA Knight came in and started getting over unlike the other guys. Yeah, I do believe that's the case a lot of times, right? And you're getting rubbed the wrong way. And again, maybe he's abrasive. Maybe he's a little blunt. Maybe he's a little, he's older. And no offense, but if you're under the age of 25, bluntness and in your face doesn't really seem to be the most desirable form of communication. A big fan. The younger generation seems a little bit keen on, pussyfooting, to put it lightly. So, yeah, no offense if you're young out there, but at the same time, stiffen that upper lip. Let's go. But I thought Osprey versus Speedball match was match of the year. That's what I was told. Listen, I thought Osprey and Speedball was outstanding. I did not think it was as good as Osprey and Kenny Omega from Wrestle Kingdom. I still feel like, for me, that if I had to vote right now, which we will be voting this month into next month for the year-end awards, I'm still think I'm going to go Osprey. Kenny Omega was my favorite of this year. And I thought the first one was better than the second one this year. I know we have to go all the way back to January, but that's a testament to how good that match was. That they have that match in January. Here we are in November still, and I'm still talking about it. With all the other matches we've seen, sometimes recency bias is a thing with the fan base. I get that. But I have heard nothing but good things about Alexander and Osprey. We will be here live. Anthony and Luna are going to take on Impact and give you all the skinny on what's going on with Impact. They'll be there to live react to arguably, maybe, possibly one of the matches of the year. And then Nick and I are going to come in strong at 11 p.m. and give you Wrestling Revolver Unreal. Ronda Rousey is on the poster. Sami Callihan's going to team up with Moxley for the first time in years. The Rascals, Alex Shelley. The names go on and on. One of the most stacked cards of 2023 is next week, next Thursday, 11 p.m. Eastern time. So we have a show for, we go Crown Jewel, we go very early, and our West Coast fans get shafted a little. Now we go late, and our West Coast fans get a little bit of love. So there you go. It's all about balance, Boston. Alex Shelley versus Gresham match was trash. Thank you, Victor. I didn't see it. And I heard mixed reviews. I heard some people loved it, and I heard some people hated it. I don't love a lot of, and I know people say, well, it's because it's technical wrestling. It's not about the technical side of Gresham. There's just something lacking there that I just really struggle getting into some of his matches. Big fan, of both of them, but I'm curious. I'm going to have to go back and see the match. But we have kicked off. LA is all over Waller, and we're getting reminded a 6-woman tag match tonight. Hold on tight for that one. We're getting some more games. LA should get a rematch. Steel Cage, AJ. Yeah, not out of the realm. Like, I think he should be able to. I think nobody's ever really gone that route of, like, we're going to do, and anytime they've tried to add a stipulation, ask Kevin Owens. Roman still finds a way to get out of it. I hate the idea that LA takes that loss. It was a decent match, kind of what you expect for a Roman Reigns match. But now there's no real answer back. So he's got to keep himself relevant with the crowd without really a goal. Like, you're following the main character of the story, but there really is not like, what is his goal right now? Just to be a good wrestler? Does he want to be champion? Does he want to be US champion? What makes him worth cheering other than he's really good on the mic? But we get a basement drop kick out to the floor. KO still doing his thing. LA Knight, a mania is running wild, brother. All right. Be right back. Did LA Knight have some vitamins before he came out? Eyes look all red. Your guess is good as mine, Keyshawn. I mean, who am I to judge? KJ and Nick, TNA should give Will and Josh 60 minutes for life. I like it, Jason. Yeah, I mean, give them all the time in the world. I don't know how long this particular match is. I know some people have seen it, some people have talked about it, but I mean, give them all the time in the world. I'd burn it down. Let's go. Waller sliding out, huge clothesline on LA, down at the side of the ring. So TNA Wrestling will be back next year. They will add the TNA digital media. Oh, someone asked about the belt earlier, and I didn't really answer it. Yeah, they're going to get a makeover. Like, I know people don't like the Impact belt. I imagine we're going to get a TNA belt. Like, all the TNA belts should have some type of change. And I know there's some controversy right now with the Digital Media Championship, as Luna's best friend, Crazy Steven, was DQ'd and Tommy was DQ'd and Steven did not get the belt. So I imagine we're going to get a rematch. Put him in a monstrous ball. But I do feel like our buddy Tommy, I love the man. I think he's a legend. He just looks like he's past where he should be, in these matches. I'd rather, let's get Crazy Steven there with someone else. Give Jimmy Uso pleasure any way you can give it to him. Pause. Was just said on WWE TV. Who said that? I don't know what Waller looks like right now, but I don't like it. Fair enough, Boston. He was very sequenced. Wow, Jimmy Uso versus LA Knight confirmed for Survivor Series. But here we go, LA to face Waller. Get the referee. Was that announced? Someone confirm that? Because it seems a little out of left field. The TNA belt brought to you by Lysol. Lysol wipes, to be exact. Pretty much. There we go. Bobby loving the Yaz. KO complaining about the sparkle. There you go. We saw it too, Mike. Don't worry. We're on the same level. Yeah, very sparkly. Pause. Slinky Kinky Boston. What is happening with you bunch? Yes, you heard me. I guess I started it. The Ring of Honor TV title certainly didn't get the rub. Keith Lee got buried. He couldn't win a meaningless title that the holder didn't even want. I love Samoa Joe, but his reign did nothing. See money? That pretty much sums up the thought. You're bang on. And again, we will jump a little more into this in a bit. But yeah, you kind of hit the nail right on the head with a lot of that. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like how much the Ring of Honor titles are featured on the show. I don't like that the World Heavyweight Champion is also Ring of Honor Tag Champion, who also doesn't have a partner, who apparently shattered his ankle. So would that either not require him to find a permanent partner or relinquish the belt? But again, we will talk about it as we move towards our Rampage coverage here tonight. And we're back out of yet another commercial break. Waller is all over LA, if anybody's wondering. Do you think that Bryan Danielson versus Okada will be match of the year for Wrestle Kingdom 18, January 4th? Yeah, I mean, set the bar. I mean, we're coming in hot and heavy. January 4th, Nick and I will be here for Wrestle Kingdom like we were last year for 17. And again, still one of my favorite matches of the year came from Wrestle Kingdom 17. Why can't one of my favorite matches come from Wrestle Kingdom 18? I have no idea. But I will say this. I don't know. I think some of the Okada matches are a little meh in the last while. I don't know how over Okada is with me in the last year, but maybe I'm missing something. Since the NHL was successful in a global series match, WWE can pitch on that success with the Elimination Chamber in Australia and Bash in Berlin in Germany. I have no idea how we connected those dots, Christian. And the Global Series is still continuing with the NHL, but I think WWE, I would almost argue the WWE, speaking of global.
Well, speaking of arguing, but vitamins 100% is how we connected that dots there.
But yeah, no, I think the WWE is one of the front runners on showing other sporting, like North American sporting companies and leagues on how to go international and make an international impact. And, slowly, go back a decade ago, we weren't seeing all these overseas games that get played now.
But even then, that goes back to, I guess, what comes around is all around Ricky as big elbow drop from Grayson Waller for a two count. Is when we say what we say about AEW, it's not fully like just you suck, go the fuck away. It's one of those of no, realize this is the NFL. You're the XFL, and you're trying to act like you're going to take them the fuck down. Okay. You're not. So maybe at least stay in your lane and try and, figure out what you can do better than they can do. Like literally we're going to Berlin. We're going to Paris or France, at least, we've turned road trip into Euro trip.
And I truly believe that they're going to try and do a WrestleMania in Wembley just because.
If not in Wembley, at least in the UK, just because fuck you, Tony.
Yeah. And I mean, come on, let's be real. It's good. I mean, I don't think there'd be any doubt of how
you expect a company that was run by Vince McMahon to not be petty?
Yeah, come on.
What?
Let's be real. Yeah.
This man's doing the dusty punches.
Waller is a more athletic Miz, not a bad thing. Waller is like, go back 20 years ago. This is where Waller's at. He is the Miz. Like 15 years from now, we'll be talking about like, oh, here's Waller again.
But that's the thing. You go to any sport, you see the evolution across the board.
Evolution is a mystery.
It was such a mystery. I couldn't even figure out the second verse right there.
Grayson Waller looks like Beverly Pills 9021.
No, not quite.
Grisham has no
that might be more fitting for Luke Perry.
Oh, big slam.
Yeah.
What's his gimmick? There's nothing you can connect with. He's an octopus.
What the fuck? He's got tentacles.
He's got tentacles. Blood force trauma. He's down.
1, 2, 3.
Something like
how you doing, Bob's your uncle? Ref Jess, by the way. I would take Ref Jess over Ref Aubrey any day.
What?
Person. Anyways.
Well, I got completely sorry. I was listening to
Ref Jess, who is reffing the match right now. I said I'd take her over Aubrey any day and twice on Sunday. And I would take Dorothy Mantooth out for a nice seafood dinner and never call her again.
Right. Somebody in the chat said what was lacking between Shelley and Gresham was chemistry. Thoughts, anybody? Chemistry matters. And I feel, though, that I've seen Gresham kind of struggle at times with chemistry with others. Yeah.
But was Shelley already working banged up? Because obviously, I know a lot of impacts on a tape. That's why even with him being announced for Hard to Kill, I'm like, really? Are we announcing this? Is he gonna make it? Because that's the thing, is like he's put it out there, like he's banged up. So was he banged up going into the Gresham fight and everything?
They gave KO the teleprompter, my guy. Like he.
Boom! Fucking John Madden over here, 100%. And you see the bubble around here, and then he just went over here and he showed him up to here, and then wham!
Right, KO's giving us a breakdown of knocking both of them out 2 weeks ago.
Fucking 10 on 10 though. What? Like, I know I joke, and you even joked of calling me Pat and everything, and everybody knows I'm a big Pat fan and everything like that. But 100%, this is entertaining as shit to see on your commentary right now. He's literally putting fucking smiley faces on these people after he knocked them out.
I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this.
I'm more than okay with this. Like, give me this every week.
Right. 6 women match, a dozen reasons to watch. Larry, my thoughts exactly. My thoughts exactly. We're going to get a women's main event tonight, Nick.
You got okay more than 2 thumbs up, is I guess what you said with that.
If you guys haven't seen,
no, I was just,
Yes, I'm with you, Dale. Amen, brother. We're rolling. Get your army rolling. Because they do. That's what we do.
As we are in commercial break number 5, I guess.
Listen, it's okay if you don't like the women's wrestling there.
Bro, you're not going to end this right now on that. Oh, my God. All right. So, cool. So, fun fact, selling a fight right now is wait till this man comes back because we're about to have it out. As I'm getting, I'm assuming commercial break number 5 right now as we're getting a tribute to veterans for Veterans Day, obviously. But you can also let me know who you're taking in the women's 6-way tag match, 6-woman tag match. Let me know if you think that it's going to end up in a War Games match. The story doesn't warrant War Games, KJ. We will never agree on that. There we go. Ride or die. I might hate your championship belt there, Boston, but I guess New Englanders stick together. How do you think chemistry is between you both if it's so important? Dally, I think 100% chemistry between me and KJ.
It's amazing.
I was going to say that 100%. This is Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan, or even I've joked if it's Dennis Rodman, Michael Jordan, or it's, Shaq and Kobe. 100% of chemistry is there. Chemistry is a factor in everything. Christ, that's why everybody still gets invested with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Like we even joked about it. That's pretty much us. 100% of you spend that much time even doing what we're doing. I know you probably weren't anticipating this much of a deep response, but goddamn it, if you're going to ask the question, you're going to get a response. But we've spent this much time doing what we do. I can only imagine how much time these guys spend doing what they do. So absolutely it is 100% A, crucial, and B, on when it comes to me and my brother from another mother, the one that I joke that is my husband to my wife, pause. It is fantastic, and it is what makes doing this shit, it's what makes that type of shit entertaining. That's the thing, is that's what makes pro wrestling entertaining. That's makes doing what we're doing entertaining, is when people work together and you have that synchronicity, you have that I don't even need to tell you where I'm going to go and you already get where I'm going. That type of shit, it's magical. Again, I'm sure you were not expecting that deep of a response, but ask the question and play that game of fuck around and find out. You can say it, but you both believe it. But do you yes, I think the man interrupted his own pause to exclaim that he believes it. So you have that. Are we in commercial break number 5, number 6? As Christ almighty, I'm getting teased by chicken sandwiches right now. How'd they know I was a fat kid? Exactly, money. It's not like the bloodline versus the baby faces on Raw, who have literally been at each other's throats, causing chaos for months now. Fair enough. I feel like you're eating on my side here, so I'll say fair enough. I just had something funny happen. My dog farted, and it was loud. He got scared by his own fart. David, way too unintentionally break, I guess, the perceived tension right there with that, because 100%, I guess, I'm going to go ahead and just star you just because that was fitting for a comment of the night. But absolutely 100%. I don't know how I'm going to fully transition out of this, but absolutely, as I'm in commercial break right now, we are the channel that covers more pro wrestling than anybody and everybody. We will be back at it like a jackrabbit tomorrow for Collision. On top of that, we've got shows on Sundays. On top of that, we got anything and everything popping off for your pro wrestling needs. Christ, even this week, we're literally moving around. We're going to sit there and be covering Ronda Rousey showing up at Wrestling Revolver just when you thought she was done. You know, your good dose of NyQuil shows up out in Wrestling Revolver. So 100%, this is the place you need to be for all your pro wrestling, and especially around the holiday times. You're doing yourself a disservice. You're being a bad friend if you haven't given them the gift of Wrestling for Life Network. But as we're getting the replay right now of Ruthless Aggression, as John Cena smacks Kurt Angle, but as John Cena also put out there, the whole, that's all, folks. The end from Looney Tunes here. So, especially with the Screen Actors Guild done, the beatdown that he took from Solo, is that the last we saw of John Cena, or at the very least, the last we saw for a good minute? Like, have we not appreciated what we got with John Cena? If that's the way he goes out. Granted, I saw everybody saying how he got vengeance for Umaga here. You came back on vengeance for Umaga? I didn't know you was for Umaga, sir, but good to know, Gandalf the Grey over there.
I brought my thumb.
I like how you're like, what can I say except you're welcome?
No, and I see the comments. I mean, I kind of like how Dale feels, kind of what I feel. I know some people are debating it, but if you look at the people involved, there's just as much build between the women involved on SmackDown and the guys on Raw. There's the same amount of repeat matches, the same amount of tension, the same amount of rivalries. I have no problem heading towards a SmackDown women's War Games, which I think they might announce next week, if not this week.
I don't like how you ended it. Well, if you don't like women's wrestling,
let you float with that one. I gotta go.
yeah, thanks for that. Thanks. Just let that fucking turd float in the punch bowl there for a minute and just see how it festers. Yeah, right. No. I'm fine with just a regular Survivor Series match. Like it having another War Games match at times takes away from both, if anything, both War Games matches, because you see the same spots, you see the same segments, you see the same setups. Just let one that feels a bigger thing as, hey, we are not getting a Roman Reigns return.
Solo return.
You're getting Solo Sikoa returns.
The new, reason to tune into SmackDown.
Yeah,
I guess.
Because Roman's got to take 2 months off.
Yeah, and I think I said it was the
Kevin Owens out here with a Dell Inspiron fucking laptop, fucking desktop computer. Like, this man literally has the desktop up that I'm watching him on is what he's watching the show on right now.
Oh, they're bringing it up again, Nick.
What? I like this again. Boom! And then, this man is just Canadian John Madden.
Mm-hmm. I do love this. I'm getting one for my house. The Fatal 4-Way for the Revolver Championship will be the main event. There you go. Another stacked match, though.
That's the thing, is that there was literally respectfully, discussion amongst the channel as to who would be watching this show.
Until I see those women closing out every SmackDown, putting each other through tables for 2 months.
Austin Theory and Grayson out here confront Kevin Owens.
They're sick of his shit.
Bro, you got knocked out. Honestly, this is Debo. Like, if this man knocked you both out with one punch, like, why are you playing the game? Fuck around and find out. Like, you already tested that game and lost. I'm gonna show what I can take.
Did he just throw a water bottle at you? Look, Kevin Owens is awesome. I can take the push. I can take the water. But if he threw a water ball at you, they're dead. I can't blame him, Cole.
Right. That's that game of I'm not mad because they fuck with me. I'm mad because they fuck with you.
Right. I'm the bigger person, but I got to defend your honor.
Right. I'm defending you. I'm not defending myself. I'm defending you.
Stunner!
Why? As Michael Cole saying, he did a pretty good job on commentary, but I'm afraid he's going to have to go back to the back and speak to our general manager.
He might be in trouble.
You fucked up. But fuck down. That means we get Michael Cole and Kevin Patrick. So, folks, if we weren't entertaining enough as it is, well, now we're going to be more entertaining than SmackDown's commentary.
Well, there you go. And Boston asked for a women's main event. Here we go.
Yeah, shit. I forgot it. We're about 20 minutes left in the show here.
Yeah, man.
As EO coming out. I like this though. I like Bailey's so good here. She's just trying to ask to like grab like the fucking the telescope and everything. They're just trying to help out Kyrie. I'm trying. So cool. Like, can I just do the thing?
Yeah,
and just no sound it.
She's becoming the Uncle Rico of Damage Control. An all-star cast of women. McFarland 2023 NHL Statues Wave 1. Austin Matthews, Cole Caulfield, Sidney Crosby, Alexander Ovechkin, Connor McDavid, Bernier, Tay, that's spelt wrong, Thompson, and Pasternak. Yeah, no, I mean, McFarland does good shit, JV. Big fan.
And also, the space button exists.
Yeah, sometimes.
No, it's there pretty much all the time. It doesn't just show up and disappear. It's there.
Yeah, I just heard Kyrie ask, "Why is the rum gone?" So hey.
But you have heard of me. I still, though, that's the funny thing, because I know you fucking giggled every time I mention the Sky Pirates. But the second I even mentioned my wife, who is falling off as a wrestling fan because she doesn't have to listen to me anymore. Mm-hmm. And the second I mentioned, well, Kyrie's back and she's back with she's like, oh, the Sky Pirates. And I was just instantly like, yeah, well, I just listened to KJ and chuckle about that every fucking 5 seconds.
I don't know why, but I think it.
Dun 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 dun
dun. Instantly wants to go to.
Do you think of Peter Pan?
Butt Pirates?
Captain Hook?
KO back into the left. I like it, Larry.
I'm back in the saddle again.
New faction: Asuka, Kyrie, Io, and other. Who's other? No, I'm just kidding. Asuka, possibly. I could see if Asuka starts the War Games on the babyface side. I think she could end the match on the heel side by the end of it.
What is the Kabuki Warriors?
Yeah,
thank you, Alice Trebek.
I think there was rumors of calling it like a triad kind of idea with Kyrie and Io.
Listen, let's not dance with devil in the pale moonlight here. Let's not, start calling them the Yakuza or anything like that. Like, let's not dip our toe too far into this shit here.
Right?
You got away with Kabuki. Let's take that as a win and move on.
Well, I mean, you can't call them the Kabukis, two of them. If you put them all together, they're more.
The Kabuki Warriors.
Because the Sky Pirates and the Kabuki Warriors, as one unified group, that's a different thing.
The Kabuki Pirates. I don't fucking know.
The Kabuki Pirates. I'm in. I'm fucking in.
The Sky Kabuki.
Yeah, because the Warrior Pirates don't make any sense.
No. Oh, you got the Ultimate Warrior.
I will. Yeah, yeah. The Kabuki Pirates. I'm okay with that.
No, Charles, but 100% the Sky Pirates. Yes.
Yes,
absolutely. I was a fan, even though this man chuckles.
You see the belt on the ad for the tag team titles in the picture. The strap should be half blue, half red. Dun dun dun. I didn't see it. I'll take your word for it.
I respect and I get at times of how everybody's like, let me play like frame by frame detective, but sometimes you just go a little too much and read a little too much into anything.
Dale confirming that the rumor could be true. Very well put, Boston. That's a lie. Boston didn't put anything well. To be honest, except his belt. He's got a nice belt.
Hatui. How dare you step foot on holding end?
Team Pirates was a pretty badass movie directed by Terry Gilliam.
I'm amazed no one's mentioned Paul Burchill.
I got a jar of dirt. Hey, Jimmy.
Speaking of a jar of dirt, Jimmy Uso is here. Bro, this man literally looking like an NPC in GTA 6.
What up, Chief?
For the Cherry Street Riders or something like that right now.
Yo, Roman's on the phone.
You disloyal bitch man. First off, you bitch and the click you claim.
Stop saying yeet.
Wrong brother. Wrong Uso.
Next week, LA Knight versus Jimmy Uso live on Fox. So somebody said Survivor Series. We're getting it on Fox.
LA Knight winning this, though.
LA is winning. He's already beat Jimmy.
And he'll do it again.
Why Bailey worried about Kyrie if she the fuck out of her already? Beat the fuck. Oh, I got you. Already, if you did it once, you could do it again. Well, because now she's outnumbered. Like the numbers used to be in her advantage. Now you have the 3 against 1. I mean, no, I know one's got a bum leg, but she's outnumbered, so she's trying to be nice.
Oh, absolutely. And even then, Bailey's already been on that record of before Kyrie was going to show up and be involved with this. We thought Bailey she's messed up here. She's done this. Like we thought Bailey was going to be the one on the outs here to begin with.
I do.
So now you add in even more dissension, even more of a wedge between those two. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I mean, again, Asuka could turn on the baby faces.
Yes, come out here like Shrek. What are you doing in my swamp?
Yeah, I've seen some rumors. Polo, welcome back, by the way. Xylee could be involved, but again, that's just for obvious, simple booking on surface. This one's for you.
I don't care. This whole match is fan service for me right now. If I got Asuka, I got Kyrie, and
wait a minute. You don't want them to have a War Games, but you're loving this match?
I have 3 Japanese women right now in the ring that are all badass as shit. Tell me what I'm not.
Put them in a cage. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Get them in a cage. Let's go.
Listen.
Yeah. I think Nick accidentally came over to my side, but
no, I'm just saying I like to watch them fight.
I agree.
So be in a cage to fight.
If
anything, them being in a cage disrupts my viewing of them fighting. So fuck you. I don't want them in a cage. I want to watch them full frontal.
What's better than having them on your show? Have them in a cage on your show. Sounds horrible, but awesome at the same time.
Yeah, see? Your argument has spun in on itself now.
I don't think so.
I think you sound like you should be in Atlanta for, you have a $5 cover to watch these women fight in a cage.
Right? I think we just the ladies hypnotized you into being like, I do like women's wrestling.
No, I do. Fuck you. I do like women's wrestling. I just don't need to pay $5 to $20 cover to see them fight in a cage. I can just watch women's wrestling and enjoy it.
But I mean, put him in a cage. Why not? Why would
Right? Do something strange for a little piece of change.
Let's go. Get in that cage. I'm on my own against the wall.
Every time now with the scene in Charlotte, I'm like, Cruella de Vil, Cruella de Vil.
Solo returns to SmackDown next week. Just got announced. Yes, we talked about that a little bit ago, Damian. But yeah, Solo will be returning. I find it very interesting that we used to get
Can you return to where you never left?
Right? Well, he's not here this week. He's coming back next week. Took a week off.
So I need to put an announcement every time if I take a vacation from work. I need to do an announcement of I'm showing back up to work on Monday, motherfuckers.
If you're a Paul Heyman guy, amen.
If there is anyone who's a Paul Heyman guy on this channel, I am a Paul Heyman guy.
Yeah. Well, there you go. The Miz versus Ivar. Who do you think? Who do you have? Who do you got between Miz and Ivar? It's gonna be the Miz. It was supposed to be the Miz. They fucked up.
I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
I'd rather see Ivar fight Gunther than Miz fight Gunther.
Gunther's gonna win, so I don't care.
Gunther is gonna win.
Right. It's you pick your lamb that gets led to the slaughter. You pick your lamb chops. I'll just eat the fucking shit that comes out of it.
All right, folks, we're in the main event on that note. We are rolling through. Who do we got? The Queen has arrived. Team Bianca for the win. Nah, you just get upset if I read that.
Boston
EO has the best.
You've been through this. I will find where you at. You gonna run them hands.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to an EO moonsault from the top of the War Games cage again. Let's go.
I'm just liking the fact that I saw Charlotte pull her leg straight over the top of Asuka, like it was nothing. Hey, Andrade is the lucky fucking man.
Right. EO has the best move. We're in commercial break number 8.
I've lost track at this point.
Yeah.
Don't ask me as a reliable source.
It's okay. I can. EO has the best move in a War Games match when she put the garbage can on her head and jumped off the top of the cage. Beautiful. Yes. I can't wait to see it this year, 2023. Let's go. Run it back.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
And again, we'll be okay. Nick, keep those rhymes.
I said a hip hop, the hip to the hip, hip hop, you don't stop, the rocket to the bang bang.
Cringe. Flair even stole Zelina's music.
Oh, fuck you.
I'm just reading what he wrote.
Hold on, but still, fuck you.
Sometimes it works. What do you mean Flair stole Zelina's music voice, the Queen? Huh? Paul, step away from
that sentence. Doesn't even make sense, let alone you're trying to say Zelina. What is she fucking? What's her name there from The Little Mermaid? Ursula.
Ariel?
She stole Zelina's voice. She did that? No.
Miz, obviously. Listen, Pastor Jeff, nothing's obvious. But yeah, that one's pretty obvious. The War Game match is so important that they are getting 13 minutes to end the show. They got a main event. We didn't complain last week when it was an 8-minute main event for Sammy and Drew. We just kind of roll with it. It happens.
Well, do you find it interesting that there's the rumor that Drew might get added to the War Games match?
Yes.
So who's the babyface that gets added?
I would love if it was Orton.
Oh, it's just a last-minute addition.
I got a friend.
If they do that, they're winning. Like if there's a TBD going into that match, they win.
Yeah. You have that tag match next week, right? Falls Count Anywhere on Monday. So if during a Falls Count Anywhere match, if it so happens that either Drew or maybe an Orton, could you imagine RKO out of nowhere? And they're like, oh, we're going to use this guy now. Like, it works for me.
It works, but that's the thing is it's the mitigating of expectations because we thought we'd get the same thing we get a Claymore out of nowhere and we'd build up Drew as a huge badass.
Well, part of me
and I don't even know what to make of what we could get at Survivor Series at this point.
And again, that is assumption on the idea. I mean, they have done 4-on-4 before. and they could full well just run 4-on-4, thinking like, we got 8 really big names. Do we need 10? But could it somehow play into how this War Games ends? Like Drew McIntyre turning and helping the Judgment Day or something.
By the way, right now we are getting our first action of Kairi Sane in a WWE ring since she's returned.
The first thing she does is
she's going after Bianca and just gets fucking run the fuck over.
Gunther versus The Miz is already announced for Survivor Series War Games. Facts. So I would guess The Miz beats Ivar, right?
Well, it's that whole situation was because it was supposed to be a dual pin spot, and then because Ricochet, I'm not going to acknowledge that. I saw it. I'm not going to acknowledge it.
You do you, boo.
Right. Hands touching hands, reaching out, touching me. But it was supposed to be a double pin spot on Raw, but Ricochet, because he was concussed, as he's in even concussion protocol right now.
Yes.
Which Moxley, I guess, maybe shouldn't have left WWE if you wanted concussion protocol, but that's neither here nor there. But because he kicked out when he wasn't supposed to, now we get this whole match, and then we get what we were supposed to get.
Yeah, no, I mean, definitely the case. And like I said, Ricochet's in concussion protocol now, and it very, very similar to the Moxley situation of it, except they didn't pin him, flip him up and do it again.
You didn't do it 3 times. Cool. Well, you're not out now, so I'm gonna make you out now.
Kyrie up to the top, down.
Big ass forearm though.
Bangarang, Peter.
What in the name of Skrillex?
Dude, I heard Andrade and Charlotte divorced. I can't.
So you're saying she's available? So you're saying there's a chance?
You're breaking Larry, apparently. So
pause. Everybody pause.
Charlotte's showing too much skin, and it stands out because the rest is cover up for the most part.
Hold on.
Wait, timeout, Zappy.
Go ahead. You go first.
No, I just said timeout, Zappy. I thought that was good enough.
No, hold on. Showing too much skin. We've had Sable out there with paw prints. Is all that was separating you between imagination. So if you're gonna say Charlotte's showing too much skin, what the fuck have you been watching?
Yeah, first. Second, I feel like I gotta watch all the dudes wear nothing but a Speedo, so let's be real. 10 minutes.
Showing Janela just pissing you off right now.
It's punk. Here's the thing. This is what I think would happen. Whether you decide he's going to be heel or babyface, I don't care which aspect, but if you have him involved in the finish, like he comes out and gives a go to sleep to Cody and the Judgment Day wins, and that's just how Survivor Series ends, things would be unglued.
Now, see, fair enough with that, because that's not where I thought he was going with that. I thought he was going with the general theory of to where Punk's the one under the devil's mask when it comes to AEW.
Oh, we're going to go there?
Me goes into the setting of expectations.
Wait, Nick.
Asuka not, tag.
Yes, we got a miss. We got a Kabuki turn.
Straight out of the miss.
Turn. How do you like that for a War Games?
Came straight out of the abyss.
Let's go, big kick.
Yes.
Yes.
They're gonna hug it out.
Let's go.
Tell me she fucking turns on them too.
No, she said, "Come here." We all
hugging. Yeah.
See, now I think Bailey's going to be in a state of
Kyrie and Asuka hugging right now.
And the crowd
Bailey, and they're going to fuck her over so hard. Pause.
Yeah,
pause.
no, she knows. Oh, Charlotte's out of nowhere. Kick.
Big boots.
Wait, Charlotte can't get the pinfall now. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, match
here
over.
I come to save the day.
Wait for it. War Games.
No, cut it.
This looks just like Monday.
I'm a pause just because I'm a pause if they announce War Games. I'm warning you ahead of time. I'm warning you ahead of time, though. I'm telling you.
Shotzi's here. Ding. Check off the boxes, folks. If you've been playing along at home.
Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage.
Shotzi and Bailey had a storyline where Shotzi lost her hair. Fucking Io's been in a battle with Asuka. I love all of this. Bring it all together.
I am setting myself up. So if they announce this 100%, like I said, I'm gonna pause for the cause here. You can kick off Rampage by yourself. Io going up top.
In the sky. Oh,
moonsault on the Charlotte.
Look at this team.
They're halfway selling it like with Oscar, like you just joined the NWO. Like, what the fuck?
Let's go.
You joined the Kabuki. You joined the Kabuki WO.
The Kabuki WO. Let's go. The Ko-O.
The Ko-O. You said hello to the Ko-O.
I do not believe
Kyrie with the insane elbow.
I love it. I love it. Let's go. Taking out all the baby faces. The
best fucking elbow drop in the business.
It's insane.
Literally and figuratively.
And I like it. Like, listen, the crowd's booing.
Oh, and Kyrie's that's a fucking good ass sit there, like spots where she's got Bianca pulled up and she's gonna just talk to her face.
I hate Charlotte. Charlotte getting her ass whooped. Asuka!
You can stay here and get your ass whooped. You can stay here and get your ass whooped. Well, I guess we learned about the status of Damage Control, and they become the NWO. Waka wa hey. Yeah, the KWO.
No, you're crazy, Boston. I got all the fucking. I mean, it's no.
But they didn't do it. They didn't do it.
I said next week would be the official announcement because they need the numbers. And so far, just keep checking those boxes. Here comes Shotzi. Check. Who's next? But we officially have 4 women and 3 babyface women. So ding ding. Let's go.
And 1 heel, 1 babyface on this.
Yeah. And they all have history. Since SummerSlam, they've been building for this, man. And every one of the people involved, including Shotzi, have been tied to each other. So I don't know what more you want for as far as a build goes.
It's not that I don't.
Not you. I'm more talking to the chat.
No, you're fine. As I
have baby
Batman.
I think Bailey might end up babyface, which is going to confuse me, but maybe. If she gets bumped from Damage Control, you would assume.
But so
all we need is Xia Li. We're good to go.
Nah, she's going after NXT, which is still interesting that even after Becky dropped the NXT title, she's like, I don't give a shit. I want that NXT title.
Yeah. Fair enough. They're putting value on that. Damage Control got 1,000 times better tonight. Yes. Amen.
But so that's what I'm saying is we're about to kick off with Friday Night Rampage.
Do we really
let us know your ratings for Friday Night Smackdown.
My throat hurts from yelling. Fucking hell.
This is why we got plenty of things to talk about, but we can keep them all to a soft-spoken tone here with Rampage. Trust me, this is still going to probably be some tags.
Probably. Side note, my Leafs are in shootout. Whoa! The Asian Alliance.
We are fighting, Dreamer.
Jeff, that was perfect. Who's Jeff? Oh, a pastor. My bad. Joe. I see what you did there. All they need is Kenny Omega and everything is fine.
He'll be a manager of just Joshi Wrestling.
Can we get Riho?
Makito. No, honestly, who would be outside? Well, fuck Julia and all of that. Like, would you sign Rio, Hikaru, or Makito?
Hikaru.
Fair enough. Oh, well, yeah. I'm just a big fan of Makito.
I love Makito.
Or just be I'm Italian with a fat kid if she carries around a pizza cutter. So this bitch is already prepared to cut up on a pie. So.
Folks, we will take your rating out of 10 for SmackDown. I'm curious what y'all think. But yeah, I mean, crazy end of the night. Asuka turns heel, turns on Belair and Charlotte, and is now actually is joined with the rest of Damage Control. Bailey's uncertain And now Shotzi seems to be in bed with the Charlotte Alliance. Dun dun dun. Where could this be going?
Pause for now. And did we get the two most predictable heel turns that we all expected tonight? Like the one, like we finally pulled the band-aids off shit here. We expected the Escobar heel turn. We got that with the NWO. We all kind of, especially at least once Kyrie showed up, we expected Asuka to be involved, and we got the band-aid pulled off. Rather than, like you said, rather than it's in the middle of the War Games match and she turns heel, she turns turncoat in the middle of that. Again, we got it beforehand.
But yeah, no, I like the idea that, I mean, again, was it expected? I think Asuka's turn was speculated and assumed. You know, the Santos thing felt like a long time in the making. I would still argue that the way that just played out, where she refused the tag and then missed it her, I didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming tonight. So I'd say it was a little bit of a surprise for me.
Didn't see it coming or didn't see it coming tonight?
Tonight for sure. I thought it was a big possibility heading into War Games, but I mean, if Bayley's going to get pushed into being a baby face, there might be more to this.
As I've got Starks and Big Bill coming out right now, the AW Tag Team Champions, which I still even forget at this point that they're Tag Team Champions.
A little bit. 8 out of 10, SmackDown. Oh, that was not good. Was at 5 out of 10. Ending brings it to an 8. Larry with a big bump for the ladies.
They got more, like I said, it gets more than 2 thumbs up.
That's it. The table's moving for a reason. Damage control stands tall. Yeah, there you go.
There's other things that stand tall after that.
Right. Add Rush and Lita to the mix.
Salute.
7 out of 10, says Boston. Trish. Oh, Trish makes more sense, my guy. Oh, big goal. Yeah, no, that I like the idea. But yeah, no, Trish won't be involved in this. I still think, I don't know, maybe they run 4-on-4. I'm not convinced that it's going to be 5-on-5. But, I mean, that doesn't mean we can't add somebody. Like a Saray or a Xylee.
Doesn't need to be in a War Games match.
But I mean, it's perfectly good with me, man. There's a nice build to this. The energy's good. The crowd was into what happened.
Your men's War Game match better service by not having this in a War Games match, respectfully.
Again, it's never, to me, having a women's match open the show and a men's match end the show has never taken away from one to the other. I've never been like, oh, that men's match would have been better if the women's didn't have one tonight. Never. That's never happened to me. Maybe
you never had.
Have you ever felt like that?
Because you got the repeat spot or anything like that.
But there's not repeat spots. They check their shit out. They don't copy.
Right, but something feels different and feels new, and it's the first time you saw it that night versus it's the second to third time you saw it that night.
The vibe is different. You get the men and the women doing their thing.
Right, so keep the vibe fucking different and do different matches.
No, it's the marquee match. Like, again, we can debate this all day long. We're never going to agree. But it's like taking out the Women's Royal Rumble or the elimination.
No, it's not.
I got no problem doing the match for both. And I like the build. I like the angle. The crowd tonight was cheering. I got people in the chat bumping their score 3 points because of how that main event ended tonight.
Yes, but when's the last time you had a Survivor Series show that an actual traditional Survivor Series match meant to fuck?
But that's passe. That's why they went War Games. That's why they changed it. People were sick of those matches.
So nostalgia. If there's one thing we know right now that works right now with our generation, everything like that is fucking nostalgia and shit like that. You do at least something like that.
On, man. And again, we're not going to agree. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm perfectly great.
You started this, dude.
I'm perfectly great with a women's War Game match. And again, the reaction of the fans to tonight's SmackDown would tell me that the fans are pretty okay with what's happening and what's playing out. So, and again, if you've ever watched a woman's, did you watch last year's and go, oh man,
right? Way to just twist the knife there in the last minute and everything.
8 out of 10. Is Becky the last addition, or maybe Tiffany? Yeah, I don't see any of them coming over for this, guys.
Starks is taking off Cass's headset to do commentary. Boy, howdy, if he isn't The Rock Jr.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, you see right now, this is The Rock kicking Mick Foley's ass right now here as he gets cut off, as he gets like tackled. Right. And that's 100% the same shit.
Yeah. 2 heel turns tonight, 8.5 out of 10. I like it. Let's go. Now that Asuka's with Io and Kyrie, it's only a matter of time before Bayley gets dumped and turns face. I'm with you, Jeff. I agree.
Mhm.
That's where this story is going.
Right.
When does Dakota wrestle again? I think it's January. Now, I could be wrong. I mean, we're November. Athletes in the past, they've oversold their timeout, so when they come back in, it's a surprise. But I think it's January, guys.
Even then, she can say it's then. It doesn't mean it's going to actually be then. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah. So could she be ready for Survivor Series? It'd be a shock. So we'll see. I don't expect it. 8.5.
Starts with the little wink and the fucking finger gun to the fucking camera here. Right as we go into picture in picture.
Picture in picture. Let me actually put this shit on. Tony from WCW is the 4 women. All right, Zappy. We appreciate that. Speaking of Zappy, not happy that they cut a Solo and Chris segment, but the ending was well worth it. They cut a Solo and Chris's segment. What do you mean they cut a Solo segment? Solo wasn't expected to be on the show.
How am I confused by back-to-back statements here? Because
I don't know.
Solo and then Chris, you spelled it like Chris Statlander. I didn't know she was on SmackDown. Like, I'm so thrown off right now.
No, I mean, I liked a lot of what happened tonight. I liked the Santos turn. And they're building where he's still kind of like, that's his idol. So it's not just cut and dry like Asuka. It wasn't a knife to the back. It was more of a kiss to the cheek and a fucking shot to the chest. And then I thought the KO on commentary was great. LA's match was pretty good. Ooh.
I get what you're even saying. Even if you didn't do it the way that they did it, I still hate the pause. Like, that's the thing, is it was overall, it was a really great episode of SmackDown. Okay. There was just certain moments to where there was unnecessary fat that you could have just trimmed off, or you could have just tweaked, and you were knocking it out of the park. Like, you had a double, and if you would have just tweaked a little bit, you could have knocked it out of the fucking park.
Yeah, but I mean, for me, I thought the pause was important because of the relationship between Santos and Ray, and trying to come to his breaking point, right? So,
but if you're going to reach that breaking point and jump him from behind, like, at this point, you've jumped that.
But that's where he was standing kind of back, like, do I actually do this? And he said, "Fuck it, he deserved it. I'm over it. I'm sick of him."
But see, I would understand where you had Ray shoving him, and you had Escobar, and he's sitting there and he's hesitating, and that's what he's like. You know what? Fuck this, and then just snaps on him. Like, granted, there was around that of when he jumps from behind. That's, to me, your breaking point.
Yeah. But I think when they were hugging and he was kind of embracing them, and I was listening to you, and you kind of had that, oh, look, they're making up, and then, oh shit, no, they didn't. That's, to me, the payoff of, like, maybe, okay, they're going to be okay. They're going to be okay. No, they're not okay. That, to me, I think is
yeah, perfect. But you had that, and then you had this, like, the secondary pause after that. Then I'm like,
you didn't like the slap spot? Like, when Ray slaps him and is like, smarten up, and then
and then you had them, like, kind of walk off together, and then, like, Ray gets his leg caught in the steps, and then, he turns around and, like, gives him what a lot of people even in the chat were saying of, like, the double nut shot. Like, to me, it's one of those, if you're gonna do it, just go with it. Don't go it, pull it, go again. Like, don't
dip
your toe in and out. Like, don't double dip on this shit. If you're gonna go.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. I do. I think with Asuka's, it was just that instantaneous knife to the back.
Asuka's is different.
I have no connection to you, so I think especially because you did a double tonight, that to keep them different, you need the emotional side of that story and have it drawn out as kind of like I said, where Asuka was very much a quick knife to the back. This was a slow played punch to the chest.
I'll give you that. I think Escobar's you would have done tonight, unless you're setting up to where you need somebody else. If you're going to do the War Games match, the end-all debate on this channel, the debate that might tear this channel asunder is the women's War Games. But if you're going to do that and you need an extra woman, you do the split maybe tonight. Maybe you do it next week. If you're not going to, if this is the teams or whatever, or it's not too far off, I would do the split, the turn that sells the match at War Games. But yes, as Ricky Starks beats Preston Vance.
Yeah, I'm going to start an argument when I say this. The only problem with waiting to do that turn is that you don't, again, like we've been debating, you need things to happen to build the rivalry that you want to play out. So you can't wait for that payoff. You need to put the teams in place. And like how we ended the show tonight was a wicked stance for the heel team. You kind of need that. 8 out of 10, says Zappy. Thanks, Dale. Tony Khan needs to tell MJF if he doesn't find a partner and defend the tag team championship, then he must relinquish the championship, period. I agree. Oh, we got Chris Jericho. Speaking of relinquishing.
I don't have Chris Jericho.
I like this comment here by C Money, which I clicked on twice but haven't read yet. But just trying to hear what Chris is saying.
I have Big Bill and
okay,
walking up backstage, like walking up the. Now I have.
Now you got Jericho.
Yeah, I have Fozzy.
I got Fozzy.
Waka Waka.
Bullet Club versus Blackpool Combat Club on New Japan Pro Wrestling. Great way to counter program AEW. Put some of their wrestlers on as soon as your show on cable is starting. Nobody's watching Rampage anyway, money. Except us.
Seriously. Is it? So while this irrelevant promo is happening, do we want to talk about how we feel about Keith Lee?
Yes, we do. And we probably won't argue about this the way we've argued about other topics.
No. Well, yeah, go ahead, because I've got fucking Fozzy fucking cutting a promo, but go ahead.
Right. You're going to be in the ring with an angry, pissed off Chris Jericho. That doesn't sound as scary as it should, probably. I was going to give it a 6.5, but the ending.
Well, I've been in a checkout line with an angry, pissed off Karen, and I feel like that's fucking relatable, honestly, at this point.
Me and you might not agree on the full topic, which is fine, but I think you and I both can agree that most people were very happy with how that show ended tonight. Like, there's a resounding, and separate from the rest, but I think the end of SmackDown, like a couple people have made the comment of like, I bumped it because of the ending. People seem pretty happy with how that show kind of.
No, that's fine. I thought when you were talking about that, I thought we were staying on the whole, other topic we were talking about with Samoa Joe and Keith Lee.
Yes. Now, okay, we can go to Samoa Joe and Keith Lee. Dude, I can't believe, I believe we're going to get a tournament for the belt, first and foremost, because Tony loves tournaments. And two, why not just let Keith Lee win that belt? And I know people were trying to defend it. Oh, Samoa looks like a badass. So what? Have him in a great match that he loses.
100%. Again, I stand by the record. There is not a tweet that has aged worse, aged more like sour milk than Keith Lee saying, if what I'm hearing about Gunther is true, oh boy. And meanwhile, Keith Lee is getting referee stoppage to Samoa Joe, to the guy who's then going to turn around and vacate the belt. Like, you couldn't even have Keith Lee just win the belt by hook, by crook, however you want to fucking do it.
Yeah.
Anything like that.
Yeah.
Anything. And you literally have Samoa Joe vacated. Like, Samoa Joe could have lost the belt and still cool. I was the longest reigning champion ever of that belt. So guess what? I'm going to go and take on Max. Like, Samoa Joe lost nothing here. It was at risk of losing nothing.
No.
And instead, you just buried Keith Lee. You threw that extra bit of dirt on him.
Yeah, a little bit of salt to the wound. Now, even if Samoa Joe loses a match, he shows up at the next show and he's still Samoa fucking Joe. We've seen Samoa Joe lose plenty of matches in his career. He's still Samoa. It's still Joe.
He lost a match to MJF, for fuck's sake.
So, again, for him to just choke Lee out, you might as well release Keith Lee. Let him go.
Seriously, at this point. Like, Keith Lee has not been good since he was teaming with Swerve.
Yeah.
And we've had all these teases. We've had all these opportunities with Keith, Fraser, Crane, Lee for him to actually, really pull together. They're like, literally, you would have thought there's no chance they're having Keith Lee lose this. because even if they're gonna at least move Samoa Joe on, anything, something, and instead, not only does he lose, the guy who beat him then vacates the title after he beat him. Like,
yeah, you weren't good enough to beat me, so I'm just gonna drop it to air.
Right. You couldn't even just at least hand it off. Like, no, I'm gonna whoop your ass and then drop it.
Well, that's where people say like Tony Khan's a student of wrestling. He's a historian. He
short bus? I assume short bus.
Because I mean, he's supposed to have all this knowledge. Does he not know?
He's the only one that plays for the football team, he plays for the football team and the hockey team because he wears a helmet but never plays.
But does he not know about like handing the torch, the rub, the handoff? Like, does he know?
He might know about rubs and handoffs. But...
Pause, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Jerry the King Lawler will be on NXT next week. Hey, shout out. I love the King.
Elizabeth.
Oh, that's not funny. Sorry. I agree. Money. Dakota can get a pause. Behave. The channel.
I watched. I listened to a little bit of Eric Bischoff's more recent, like 83 weeks. Before he went live and everything. I know I'm a sucker for pain. I'm just kidding. But even to where he's kind of halfway making excuses of like Tony Khan's big announcement is, oh well, pre-sale tickets are available. Oh well, he's learning on the job. Like, no, all right, like no. Sorry, Eric, you didn't even get the same, privilege. If you're gonna act in boisterous, be this vocal about shit, you gotta pay up and everything like that. Like, that's the thing is, to me, there is no wiggle room for AEW on ratings, on ticket sales, on anything because they've been that vocal about everything. They're the company that cried wolf.
Well, and I mean, again, there's a lot of things to discuss in that regard, and in a lot of places, a lot of things to debate. But at the end of the day, you got to find a way to maximize your show. You got to maximize why your audience wants to tune in. If you keep tapping into the same market, the same pool, we're seeing it now. The people that go to all the shows every time the show comes are running out of pocket change. Like, really, it's not easy to continually go. And people will travel all over the world, all over the country to go to a big pay-per-view, and especially in a bigger town like Vegas or when they're in London, England. But local, I think this Wednesday they sold 2,100 tickets. That's
even like when they were in Kentucky, and they were trying to go Cornette show up and everything. And he's even like, I know for a fact that venue does like 20,000 seats, and they sold like 3,000. Like, meanwhile, you look at WWE that's having to knock down and dumb down their stage production to fit more ticket sales.
Right? No, you're not wrong. She is medically cleared to wrestle. Yeah, I got that one. Okay. I'm gonna give SmackDown a 7.5, and Keyshawn's favorite faction is on screen.
I have commercial break, so that must be his favorite faction.
It's Jeff Jarrett and crew. He's gonna
pain.
He's gonna beat someone's ass. I'm not sure who it is.
I don't care. It could be his own ass. What are you doing? I'm kicking my own ass.
Quickly on a side note about Ring of Honor, Eddie Kingston versus Angelico does nothing for my fancy. Doesn't tickle it, doesn't play with it, doesn't rub it, doesn't do anything for my fancy. Not a thing. Not a thing.
You can't say that when I am drier than the Sahara Desert out here watching fucking Joe Jarrett. Like, my guy, like I've got Jay Lethal out here looking like the fucking lead singer of Hootie and the Bluefish there, Darius Rucker out here. I only want to be with you.
Rock me, mama, like a
wagon wheel.
Oh, that dude.
Fucking Satnam out here looking like the fucking.
He's looking like Darius Lethal over here.
Like, this is fucking Sesame Street meets the Muppets. We've got the drummer from the fucking band.
Oh, we got to fight.
The guitar player with Karen Jarrett. We've got fucking Riley Coyote. We've got, Beaker out there with Satnam.
Satnam is choking out Ortiz, by the way.
Oh, you even got there. I've just got him looking like John Leguizamo was showing up.
Do we really need Shivani on every goddamn AEW show? I'm shocked because one of the compliments or one of the Soraya?
This man had to kill a fucking, had to demolish a whole grape field to fucking get the purple for this fucking suit and pants outfit.
Soraya got demoted to Rampage? Not even to participate either, just to walk out.
Ask me if I give a fuck.
Nope. Yeah, you know what? Collision was getting a lot of compliments on their announce team, and to have them,
they're trying to get Rampage to float. They needed a flotation device.
Well, speaking of floating, they were trying to get Collision to float, and one of the things they had really going for them was Kevin Kelly and Nigel on commentary, and then you tack in Tony. I don't get it. I don't understand.
Well, also, though, Jim Ross has pretty much said he's riding off in the sunset. He peace out, Girl Scout.
Yeah, no, T's and P's with Jim.
Oh, no, I think that's 100%. Yeah. Respectfully, if it is anything, 100%.
I would take him back, man.
P's to an icon, but that's his way of saying, thank you, fuck you, bye.
Yeah. I would listen, man. He lives in Florida. I'd put him on. If I could get my hands on JR for a job, I would put him on NXT. He doesn't have to travel often. Yes, Red Velvet.
Right. She wears an apron coming out to the ring, and she's got the cakes, and her name is Red Velvet. Is there too much pun?
There's so many puns.
And there's too many layers on that cake.
Red Velvet came back on Wednesday, and their Julia Hart was involved. And
which the commentary is even like, point out about her cardio like an asshole.
Yeah, it was just, there was an abundance of colorful cakes. 10 out of 10.
We've got green and black versus.
Ooh, spiky meatball. Could Jade be added to the War Games team? Dun dun dun.
No, you don't debut her there.
I wouldn't.
Not unless she comes out at the end like the Yeti.
Right. The main event had me go from 6 to midnight. Okay.
Salute, my guy.
Cuckoo.
The one who flew over the cuckoo's nest.
Yeah, no shit. It's just,
Who you got, Ruby Soho or Red Velvet, sir?
I'll go Red Velvet on her big comeback. The AEW botches queen.
Is that just because you got the munchies? Because I'll take Soho.
Like a mofo.
Why does now you know?
Why does get fired? You're YODA Yoda. I told you. I think we all told us about Santos turning.
Well, you break it in karaoke and then just follow it up with like, I told you. I was like, I don't even know what's happening. I haven't looked at the comments. I just hear you having a stroke.
I'm trying to catch up. The boys are busy.
Right.
And they need to behave themselves. We're trying to grow our 9% female audience.
Yeah. You guys are doing a great job at making sure that we have female wrestling fans. It's much like a fucking AW show.
Yeah, oh my God. What's up, Jacko? How you doing?
We're tiny. We're toony.
Zelina Vega might be on Bianca's team.
With that check like that?
I mean, again, you might have to reach to get her involved somehow.
Or is that for her to get in the ring?
What?
I made a short joke, and you said you'd have to reach for her, and I said, or is that for her to get in the ring? Well, again, short joke just went over your head.
Right.
No offense. Respectfully.
Yeah, no, Jericho looks like Jude Law all grown up. If he stayed on the hard path.
He looks like what's Point Break, not Keanu Reeves.
I'm an FBI agent.
No, who's the villain ish to not Keanu. Patrick Swayze?
Patrick Swayze?
Yeah, that's that level of 10.
Okay. John, congrats, you, the senior of the chat. Okay. I don't know how we got there.
Okay.
John's double nickel, nice.
Oh,
we've lost everybody on the Friday night. The feel good has taken over.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who's out here saying that? They're 55.
How are you? There was a comment by somebody. Where's Mr. Boston's comment? I saw it and I had to click on it. Where was it?
But you didn't. So
yeah, I want to click on Boston wavering on his support of the nomads of the nomams of the chat. I think he's faltering his loyalty.
Wait, hold on. Wait, what? No, why you? So what? Am I the nomams? Is that what you label me now? The nomams?
Nomams of the chat.
Am I to the moon, Alice? Is that what I am? I know I'm out here doing the Red Fox of Elizabeth. Right. I am not expected to turn into the fucking honeymooners out here. To the moon, Alice. To
the moon. I think it'll be Charlotte, Bianca, Shotzi, and for a swerve instead of Raw, Jade. I don't know. I don't like that idea. I think that's too much going on for her. She needs the spotlight unto herself.
I think you are jaded in that comment.
There you go.
There you go.
Keith Lee's best run was in NXT.
Facts.
Yes, technically, because running up into that Survivor Series when NXT came up and they were just dusting people, that was the best.
Well, think about it. When he had to sit there and there was a whole controversy when it got leaked out that this man won the North American title and the NXT title at the same time. And yes, I did see that. And
good.
Peg, God damn it.
And that makes Boston Jefferson
Darcy. Love and marriage, love and that's gonna be that. I will sing that at the end of our fucking stream tonight. It was just us of love and marriage.
What? There you go.
Why?
I want Ross back to WWE. Yeah, but I don't even care.
I don't want Jim Ross on commentary anymore.
I'm okay with it. Dude, you don't like my idea that if you could get him just to do NXT?
I don't know.
Oh, come on. I love
I've gotten the best of Jim Ross. I'd like to leave the memories alone.
It's hard to leave.
What other great call from of Jim Ross on NXT are you gonna get? Like, oh my God, trick hit swerve. Like,
I'm having epiphany.
No, you let other people build up that way.
Yeah, but I mean, fuck that. It's commentary.
He's done enough. I don't care anymore. Like, I respect Jim Ross. I don't need him on commentary on anything anymore. I don't care about Collision. I don't care about Dynamite. I don't care about NXT. I don't need Jim Ross on commentary.
Boston, get your pen and the list ready.
Fuck off.
Again, do I think you should be your lead your lead commentator on Raw or SmackDown? Probably not, but I have no problem with him being the voice of NXT. It'd be fun and he'd be rejuvenated because he doesn't have to, he can just hang out at home.
But you're doing that for sound bites. You're not doing that for commentary. You're doing that for sound bites. Right, cool. So that's what Booker's there for. That's what your color guy's there for.
If it was JR, Booker, most people don't even like Booker. I defend Booker.
I like Booker. Fuck off. Shucky ducky quack quack.
JR and Booker would be perfectly good.
No, that's soundbite on soundbite. There's nothing actually getting said.
JR can call a match, man. He didn't forget how to call a match. They just don't let him do it.
He could have 10, 20 years ago. Not now.
Yeah, why not?
You have JR as your lead color.
Why are you so upset about this? I don't even
care. No, you're saying it as doing it as he's the lead color right now. Even Al Michaels and shit like that aren't lead color guys right now.
All right, give me Tony Romo. Let's go.
Right. Give me Tony Romo. You know who's Tony Romo? Corey Graves. Pat McAfee.
I'm not saying take their job. I mean, if you could take what's his face from NXT now, the vanilla white guy, Vic Joseph, vanilla white guy number 6,
Candy Snacks.
Man, move him up. Take Kevin Patrick's spot. JR Booker every
Long
week.
story short, we just hate Kevin Patrick.
Yo, time out. Somebody sent Ruby Soho flowers mid-match.
Wait, what?
What a dick. Bro, I'm busy.
I didn't know she'd get a mid-match.
Know who it is? No, it is. It's fucking Diet Coke.
Double take.
Yeah, for sure.
Bro, that shit looks like broccoli. Like, why are they all green? Shit looks like asparagus.
Yeah, what the hell?
Roll up.
She's about to lose, and it had nothing to do with flowers.
Two count.
Okay. So
it's gonna be Tony. It's gonna be Tony Storm.
No, it's Diet Coke. He has a crush on Ruby. Yeah, I know. It's fucked.
Mr. Pibb found his mellow yellow. What the fuck?
Okay, so here's this thing. Okay, here's Nick.
Ruby just hitting that low kick, sweep kick shit. Velvet out here just, I'm gonna knock your block off. Nope.
So here's the little nitpicky shit that causes the show to fuck up. Ruby gets the flowers. She checks out the flowers. Hands the flowers to the ref.
She lost. What?
She lost. Okay.
I didn't realize that was the 3 count till just now.
Yeah. So why wouldn't she get beat right after? Like, once she got the flowers in her hands, why wouldn't she turn around and get kicked in the face with the flowers in her hands? She put him down and then lost. You can't really blame the flowers.
Well, that's your 2 spots right there. Is like you said, if you're gonna do that, like spinning back heel kick or whatever, you do that into the fucking flowers. Boom, distraction. Yeah, there's your 1, 2, 3. You get out of this.
Plus,
it's a distraction from Velvet Sky, and it's got the lead pipe or whatever or anything like that, and she beats fucking Ruby with it or whatever. But no, I do 100%. If it's the way it played out, your spot is you do the spinning back kick into the flowers, boom, distraction. The shit goes all over the place, everything like that. 1, 2, 3, and a match. You get in and out, and it continues on.
There you go. Zappy wants Kathy Kelly.
Well, I saw everybody saying you just made the list and everything like that. I didn't miss that. Polk High, number 33, 4 touchdowns in 1 game.
It's the best. Red Velvet's music. What is something I did not listen to? Ding. Okay, we're good.
What is something I didn't know existed until just now? Ding.
Speedball versus Sack is only about 15-minute bout. Fair enough.
What?
Listen to the music, Money. Tell me that's not Harlem Heat. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. So there you go. I'm okay with that. It's got a Harlem Heat vibe for sure.
Oh. Then again, Harlem Heat was just the fucking group, honestly, for a good bit.
Too cool.
They were even too cool for too cool. Speaking of, I guess, too cool, as Cage is taking a pause for the cause. But yeah, I was a big fan of Harlem Heat, even though you had the whole Booker T segment of "We coming for you." Mr. Pibb found his mellow yellow, and Mountain Dew is practicing voodoo with cherry limeade. Pause. Well, no, that's how you get the voodoo there every Halloween season. As I'm getting next Raw, so I'm getting the Kingdom coming out right now. Speedball versus Zach is only fair enough. What music? What Red Velvet's music? Oh, there we go. At least we're on Rampage. At least we're on Rampage. We're getting FTRs. So fair enough. So I guess that's your sacrifice there of, well, at least we're getting something halfway decent. As I've got Roderick Strong out here right now with Matt Taven and Mike Bennett, the Kingdom here. And honestly, I know everybody's been very much, it's going to be CM Punk under the Devil's Mask and everything like that. And I was very hesitant on it. being an Adam Cole, a Roderick Strong, anything like that. That to me is right now the more probable case of it's the mitigating expectations of if it's CM, if you expect it to be CM Punk and it's not, you feel like everything's a letdown since then. I think it's honestly, it's probably going to be Adam Cole if the injuries kayfabe. Outside of that, what if it's Jack Perry? Those are, to me, my two main. Maybe David Finley's the outlier, but yeah, it's interesting. But I feel like everybody's amped this up now at this point, and that's been the problem. A lot of times that happens with AEW is that you amp things up to the point to where they end up being, they don't meet the expectation that you set up. As we've got the Kingdom versus I don't even know how to make a parody name of them trying to look like Primo and Epico here of their, the Island Boys. I don't even want to try and come up with a name here, as the Kingdom's just running roughshod over them. As Aubrey's here again, because no reason, fucking pile driver just planted this man. As Matt Taven just throws Mans into a big right hand from Bennett. Setting. Oh. 1, 2, 3. So literally not an offensive maneuver from the team that faced the Kingdom here. As Roddy can walk and takes off the neck brace again. So this is why I think that, the Kingdom or Roddy or Adam Cole, I know we've talked about it enough, and I was initially the one that's like, oh, it's going to be MJF. But I'll at least accept that it's going to be something involved with this storyline. I've even seen people say that it might be Britt Baker. But it's going to be something involved here more than it's going to be CM Punk or anything like that. I think, again, like I said, an outside chance is that it's Jungle Boy, if this is how you bring back Jungle Boy. Very outside chance. But this is the only way that you keep things, still working all the way through here. Daniel Garcia and Coke and Diet Coke, a.k.a. Angela Parker and Daddy Magic, Matt Maynard out here. And this is literally looking like a fucking like Jersey Shore ad right now, honestly. Daddy Magic out here looking like he's out here with the full fucking Zumba setup. Asuka job, awesome job, Asuka on heel turn, fair enough. Anyone else out here think that Daddy Magic is auditioned for a role in The Sopranos that has already ended? As Ruby Soho's confronting Angela Parker about the flowers. And Saraya out here kind of holding court here. Oh, God. This is so... Like, this is something that 100% you have... Like, I don't... It's mid-card. It screams mid-card here of you've got Saraya and Daddy Magic of, we got problems here. Big problems. As we've got Angelo and Ruby kind of tell me more. All of that. We're fucking playing Grease out here. I don't hate it, but it's one of those of, granted, if you're going to do it on a Rampage and that's your story, fine. Build it up. Make it a focal point. If you're going to do it on a Collision, make it a focal point. But it's one of those of stop trying to act like Collision Rampage is your Friday Night Smackdown when your Dynamite's your Monday Night Raw. Just, we're not there. Just act like, Rampage is what we all know it as, is your WCW Thunder. As we are on commercial break, I don't even want to try and guess at this point. Diet and regular Coke are going on a double date with Saran Soho. Just watch. Fair enough. Well, speaking of double dates, pause.
That would be a mess.
All right. Wouldn't that be a mess just because we'd be sharing the same fucking root beer float and everything?
There's a visual for everything.
That's the thing, is it'd be a double date and just you have two women that get paid to watch.
Pause the fuck on. Dude, those moves are brutal money. All right.
Because you've been hit by, you've been struck by.
I don't know about that, Boston, but I agree. I wouldn't wrestle a barefoot guy either. I don't even know.
Matt Riddle?
Yeah, so they're building Soraya and I guess the Outcast to be kind of tied into 2.0 right now. How is that going to work?
It's very greasy. Like I said, it's very tell me more, tell me more.
It's too ridiculous. Now, what else? Oh, I wanted to ask you about MJF, and he still doesn't get his belt back. And not only that, we get another attack. The Acclaim go, we get the Marty Jannetty routine.
They're through real glass, by the way. Again, real glass. Cry about it.
That joke came up on Wednesday for sure.
All right.
But yeah, no, absolutely, man. I think it's crazy that. I mean, again, I feel like MJF is a little all over the place, and he looks really weak in a lot of this.
Because, well, that's the thing, is we've all been there, and trust me, everybody's been there. You got the last little bit of butter and you're trying to make some toast. You got the last little fucking scoop of peanut butter as you're trying to make some toast.
Stretch it out.
And you got your last little bit of Skippy or Jif or whatever in the morning, and you're trying to make some toast for breakfast. You're gonna spread that shit as thin out as you can to call it fucking toast with some peanut butter and everything. That's AEW right now with MJF. This man is just, he's a great face. He's a great heel. So we'll run him as both. He's a switch hitter. He's the Shohei Ohtani of AEW. We're just going to run him as a pitcher, a hitter, a fucking outfielder. He's going to just do this, that, and the third.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Sorry. I think I'm slightly ahead of you, but I'm trying to figure out why Action Andrade and the other top flight partner are bugging Roddy in the Kingdom right now. Like,
well, no, like I said, we've got Darius Martin and Action Andretti. We've got Failure to Launch taking on taking on the Kingdom again. Failure to Launch. We've got the Apollo 11 right now going on right now. All Failure to Launch.
Right. Apparently, Speedball popped his finger. Pause.
In or out? Like, what did he pop it into?
Vita. I think MJF will get his belt back on Wednesday. I thought this week was the time to do it. I mean, you had the match again. I mean,
Full Gear.
Yeah, but how do you feel about the champion walking into Full Gear without his belt?
Fits for AEW.
Oh, okay.
That's the best way I can say it at this point.
I'm getting
one of those. I'm not saying it's going to be good, but I think it fits with what they're doing. It's a lot of like when we would watch Impact, TNA, everything like that. You're like, you're clearly fucking it up, but this is what you're going to do. So fuck it up, I guess.
Nick, you like that Tell Me More song a bit too much. I'm inclined to agree with that assessment, Larry.
Tell me more.
Chibby-doo-bop. Whatever. Dislocated it, but the ref pulled it back in. Pause. Yeah. Potatoes, boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
We're taking the hobbits. Two Isengard. Two eyes.
Beat me to it. Golem style. Jeff, that's very hip.
Well, I'm gonna be too hip to be squared.
Commander in. I'm out. Well, right now we got Vikingo coming down. and the AAA World Tag Team Champions, for those who didn't know, with Alex Abrahantes. And we are still rolling, folks. We don't have much time left. We got about 15 minutes in the post show. So when Big Nick comes back, we'll head towards the door. But the night is rolling on. I hope everyone's enjoying their Friday. I know we tell you this all the time, but make sure you get in that chat. Don't be shy. And remember, we're here live more than anybody else. We're back tomorrow for Collision. We're back Sunday for the Dirt Sheet debates. And then all week long leading to Full Gear next Saturday. You heard me correct. Full Gear is Saturday, November 18th. We go live at 6:30 p.m. It's going to be a big night, and I expect a fun night. Make sure you tell all your friends. We want to blow up the chat. We want to see 100 people watching us. We want to keep growing. So get in there and help the fam out. Mantar and Crazy Horse. There you go. As FTR on the way to the ring. FTR for the win. And Nick takes a Posimoto. A Posimoto. That's adorable. Now I got a picture-in-picture replay of the House of Black taking out their anger on FTR. But FTR taking on the Kingo and Commander. Anybody know why? And I figure FTR is going to win this, and then we're going to get a lights out, right? I think that's a safe bet. But we're going to see a whole lot of flipping and tripping. FTR for the win. Fair enough, Vance. Who is your pick between FTR and Commander? I'm going to go FTR. I think they'll get a win, and we're going to get a whole bunch of flippy spots, and then they'll get a nice win, and something with the House of Black will come back. Nick is the punchback of Notre Dame. Pause. You tell him. Don't tell me. Stephanie Vakur, Mayu Awatawani on New Japan. There we go. Ding, ding. FTR for the win. I'm with you, AJ. Dream match on AEW. Yep, dream match. Book it. Big shoulder block by Dax as we're kicking this one off, folks. You're swift. You're swift, Larry. You got that one quick. Hurricane Rana into a drop kick. And Commander starting this one off like a ball of fire. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. He's Quasi's third cousin, slightly removed, Posimoto. All right. When he gets back, we got to talk to him about this. This match was the only interesting thing on Rampage tonight. Is it that interesting, though, Damian? I don't love it. I mean, again, some people out there are going to tell me I'm crazy, but at the end of the day, guys, FTR fighting Vikingo and Commander, I don't know why it's booked. I don't care. Wheeler down as Vikingo flips over him. I just want to watch Wheeler just chuck this little guy. Oh, big kick. Wheeler off the ropes. Another kick. So his hump's on the other side. Right in the middle. Right in the middle. Nick's not coming. Yeah, he's gone. He's gone. We've lost him. What do you think he punches with, Larry? Pause on that one. Because he is in bed looking at photos of my belt. Again, can I just pause on that one? It's the late night hours. I get it. The wee hours of Friday here. So I totally get it. Besides the rope spot, Commander is Fuego del Sol. Oh, yo, Vikingo went flying, and it actually looked like he didn't mean to hit that table. Woo! We got picture in picture, folks. Pause. Yeah, a whole lot of pausing. Vikingo killed himself. Yeah, money. I'm with you, man. He just ate shit. Completely ate it. Whew. Literally a suicido. No, that was fucking crazy. Cannonball. But he's back in the ring and fighting again. So it looked like he might have hurt his hand. I don't think his arm was supposed to brace through that table to not die. So, woo, huge spot. I'm already paused on it. Speaking of paused on it,
arms don't bend that way. And I leave for like 5 minutes and everybody just wants to talk shit now, apparently.
Quasimodo.
Fuck you.
I didn't. Why me? I'm just reading.
You said it.
Don't shoot the messenger.
I will. I'm be fucking Legolas and fucking Lord of the Rings here.
Austin said you're looking at pictures of his belt. I mean, hey, whatever.
If I was feeling nauseous and I needed to help fucking exacerbate that situation, I'd look at that belt just to help get that shit out of there.
For anybody that doesn't know the context right now, they're like, what the fuck?
By the way, for anyone who wants to know the context, this man has the World Heavyweight Championship, which is hatui.
Isn't it beautiful?
Isn't she lovely?
That man gave himself a concussion. He might have broke his arm, his wrist, his finger. Like, he went ham.
I missed the one spot that we're talking about here is I've got, Survivor in a picture-in-picture.
Me too. He's out. How many matches have we seen of Commander Vikingo this year? I think this channel has watched like 44.
More than AAA has put on, I'll tell you that.
Jesus Christ.
Is it funny that Grand Metalik,
I love the
want to have a match with Commander? I'm not putting that fucker over.
What? I wonder what the
what? Why?
I understood that. Like, I mean, I surmised it was like a like a respect thing. Like I'm a veteran, he's a rookie kind of idea.
Who?
Well, I mean, Metalik's been around for a hot minute, like in and out. But I that's the only guess I have. Does anyone know if there's like did they get in a fight?
There's heat in Mexico.
Yeah, is there Mexican heat on this?
Yeah, lucha heat. Like seriously, like. Okay, so you're the veteran that's been around. You ain't doing too much, so normally you're used to going on your back. Pause.
He's like, I'm sick of this flippy kid.
He does the Undertaker's walk. I can't go over.
Metalik, do the job. I can't breathe. I
have a pain in my chest, and I can't breathe.
I can't breathe.
Anyone who doesn't get the George Lopez joke right now has no idea what we're talking about.
They're like these racist motherfuckers. So is he okay?
By the way, it's so funny that you know that because that's like my favorite one.
It's so funny. Why you cry?
Literally, anytime, like if I'm coughing, like I can't like catch my breath or whatever.
Yeah,
I have to go to my wife and be like, I have a pain in my chest and I can't breathe.
Yeah. I'm more than happy to drive somebody nuts with right now. Or you remember?
Brief. I can't even brief.
Punch back.
Everybody's flipping on the outside.
Oh, Dax takes you're a little behind, so I'll just let you call it.
Fine.
I think WWE
going up to the top rope here. How am I behind and I'm on their webpage?
Yeah, I don't know if I can go there with you.
Two count. Are we good? Or
I got the missile drop kick into the bridge trip pin. Dax kicks out. It won't let me pause my shit. So
no, that's fine. I'm nowhere near you.
You'll see what happens. I hope
I'll get there.
In person, it's even more beautiful, KJ. I have no doubt, my guy. I'm with you. All that detail work.
Hatui. I know you step foot on holy end. I will, in the honor of Iron Sheik, Hatui.
I'm waiting for Boston to post the Shawn Michaels pick with the belt.
Let's not say we did. Let's not say we did. Like,
just make sure you tag Nick.
Don't ask for things you don't want.
Boston, I didn't know about you. I don't know about you sometimes, my guy.
And we're the same ones? What?
Please do the House of Black spot already. Yeah, no shit, Vance. I'm with you, buddy. Like, let's just get to the point here. Why are we wasting 15 minutes?
Time's over. Call it a day.
Metalik knows he's at a level of fuego dos. That's it. Metalik knows the commander's shit won't go under. It won't go under at all. Fuck him.
Whoa. Fuego del Sol is gone, and so is. How do you feel? I don't think we've talked about this. Of how do you feel about the bunny being gone?
I feel like if the bunny and the butcher and the blade are gone, it was a missed opportunity. I think that them as a significant tag team, she was a really good valet, really good manager. I do know she's got wrestling skills from watching her as Ali. I think she had an amazing run as Ali on Impact, and I think they dropped the ball. And we got
missed opportunity or overcrowded roster.
a bit of both. You let your, instead of right now watching FTR versus Butcher and the Blade, we're watching FTR versus Vikingo and Commander.
We're watching Synchronicity fucking
In stereo.
We're getting stereo 360s.
450.
Whatever. I failed math.
Felt like I just corrected you. I didn't mean to.
No, you're fine. I failed math.
Well, Trouble in Paradise. Missed the second.
We're the first channel to watch Lucha in surround sound.
Grand Metalik.
Fucking cash you set up for that spot.
Little.
But no, I think Ali and Butch and the Blade, if they're gone as well, is a victim of too much on too thin of a roster or on too thin of who they're going to put on their television.
Well, when they promised in the beginning days when they were highlighting, when they were highlighting tag team wrestling, dude, but the tag team division's gone to shit. And anybody out there right now who loves AEW, tell me I'm wrong about an absent tag team division.
We're getting FTR versus Commander and Vikingo. Enough said.
Problem solved. Let's go.
Right. And point proven.
And you know what the fucked up part is? It's a pretty good match. I know we're shitting all over it. The match is actually all right because, again, I believe FTR brings the best out of everybody. I mean, FTR, former world champions, being pushed to the limits.
I don't even know because, though, would you say right now, as Commander gets Vikingo gets a 2 count, but would you say right now FTR is in your going just off of what they've done in ring in 2023 that they're in your top 3, top 4, top 5 tag teams in pro wrestling?
Yeah. I would fight tooth and nail about the talent level of FTR. I feel like FTR's 2023 was a huge drop off of their 2022.
Yeah, what have they had arguably the greatest match of 2023.
Yeah. And they still had a really good match.
What have you done for me lately?
Yeah, no kidding. And again, their book kind of floundery. Oh, Cutter. Yeah,
why did I start thinking of Nemo from
Think of Animal House.
Sorry for finding Nemo.
Flounder. Botch. Yeah. Oh, lands on his feet.
I got the stomach.
Oh, you see how this goes.
Commander going up top.
It's over, but I'll wait for you.
Like the Usos, the Judgment Day are 2 tag teams I mentioned over FTR. Oh, where Taker walks, rolls through. Big rig. 1, 2, 3.
There you go.
Right. And why did Cash that in the fucking camera?
Oh, Dax just accidentally stepped on Commander.
Accidentally or on purpose?
It's funny as shit because he was like, "Oh, there's a little guy there. My bad."
We represent the Lollipop, the Lucha Pop Guild, the Lucha Pop Guild.
The King goes back in the ring like, "You stepped on my friend, you bastard." Prepare to die.
My name is Juventud Guerrero. You stepped on my friend. Prepare to die.
Well, big round of applause. I mean, listen, I know we foo-foo, but I mean, it was an entertaining match. It was the best match on Rampage.
That's not a hard bar to fucking climb over. Like, cool. I mean, do you hear the fucking guy
I'm just trying to give it some.
Do you cheer the MJ of the Special Olympics, or do you just enjoy the Olympics?
They still give the winner a gold medal.
These fuckers all deserve bronze at best.
Well, I mean, not on this show. There's the lights out. What we were waiting for. The Hob is here, and my live coverage ended. You gotta tell me.
I'm getting the lower third. I haven't even got the blackout yet. I'm fucked.
Dude, my shit just said enough.
I got Batman, Superman, Dawn of Justice coming up.
Oh, fuck.
It is so weird, though, that we've had so many spooky factions lately that they've all been doing the same thing, and it's now just been a game of survival. It's like, who will last who?
There's been a lot of blackouts in AEW wrestling over the last couple of weeks.
Just in that, well, just in the past week. Yeah, but I was saying you had the Schism, you've had Uncle Howdy, which we still don't even know if they're going to run with that. Like, it's just been spooky season constantly here in pro wrestling. And it's all just been the nature of the beast of, I guess, who managed to survive and outlasted what?
Oh, no, I shook my head at Pastor Jeff. I lobster.
This man make me hungry for fucking
yeah, no
food.
shit. Let's go to the red.
And I will take your wife, Dorothy Mantooth, out for a nice seafood dinner and never call her again.
Never call her again. Who do you want FTR to fight next?
Someone relevant. Let's start there.
Anybody relevant.
Anybody. And I do mean anybody. Outrunners? Outrunners?
Oh, yeah, good. I mean, no. I mean, the Outrunners are trying.
Is it interesting that you have, in the same breath, we're getting FTR versus Commander and Vikingo. We're getting the Golden Jets, I guess, because no one remembers the Winnipeg Jets or anything like that, with Jericho and Omega taking on the Bucks. So we're getting the elite implosion for the guaranteed number one tag team title spot.
Yeah. Again, we just talked about it. I mean, FTR could be doing something better. Instead, we're utilizing Kenny and Jericho. What I love is the poster or the picture of the call out for this match. And there's Jericho wedged right in between the Golden Lovers of like, I'm here. Like, he's wedged himself in the middle.
Fucking third wheel like a sumbitch.
Yeah.
Is FTR looking at the tag team division right now in WWE and just saying, well, God damn it, we could at least held 2 belts instead of no belts.
You remember they took time off in early 2023 and, all the rumors about their contract, and Dax was leaking out like a picture of fucking WWE letterhead. And then they made a big deal about they re-signed, and Dax talked about it on his podcast of, 4-year deal because it's better for our legacy, better for our career. I can't imagine this is better for their legacy and their career. Now, again, I have no right to tell a man what to do with his job. And if this allows him to spend more time with his kids and take more money home, great. But for FTR's legacy as one of the best tag teams ever, to me, this isn't helping them. They've had a terrible 2023.
No, 100%. This is one of those. It's the definition of you almost want to see that and then just put behind it. It was at this moment he realized he done fucked up. Because, like, even right now, if they were involved in the WWE tag team scene, undeniable that they're tag team champs. You're involved with Finn Balor and Damian Priest. You're involved with Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. You're involved with probably, I'm assuming, DIY. I broke all my shit.
Speaking of DIY.
Right. I need to DIY my shit after this. But that's the thing is, it's one of those, yeah, they really might be regretting it, especially because much like how you were talking about with that, there was also a certain Viper who was teasing signing with AEW and maybe I'll do this and we could get the FTR and Randy Orton all together in AEW and everything, and now it's very clearly that's not going to happen. So and if he shows up at Survivor Series,
that's one thing you cannot take away from Tony Khan is he did offer an alternative landing spot, which forces better contracts for the wrestlers, better money for the wrestlers, and some wrestlers better opportunity. I cannot take that away from the guy. He's given them that. But again, when you're looking at it, and if you want to get to that next plateau, like if I'm MJF and I want to be a superstar, I want to be able to walk anywhere in the world and people go, that is MJF. He needs to move on.
I don't think that's not an issue now. Like, would you rather be the guy in the pond, or would you rather be a guy in a pond?
Well, I think it's, for me, I equate it to like what Jade, right? Like Jade could have stayed in AEW forever as the biggest, baddest bitch in AEW.
Yeah, because she was on the downslope even in their booking.
I don't know though, right? Like again, I can't imagine they were just going to forget about her with her status. But you could be right. But at the end of the day, I think that's her idea, right? If you want connections to Hollywood, if you want to be a superstar, that's the landing spot. And I think for certain people, it's going to be the intangibles that win them over the money.
Well, that's right there. You said it, of being in Hollywood and everything like that. And especially now, if Vince is even on his way out, as we've allegedly seen, and this very much becomes the TKO show of, we even get to where it's more like the UFC, and we get ads on the ring mats. We get the producer all up in the music video, everything like that.
I heard that's coming to WWE soon.
Right. So, but that's the thing. Do you go with? Would you rather be the general on a sinking ship, or a foot soldier on a fucking ship that's just tearing through the South Pacific?
Well, all I know is I'd want to win the war no matter what,
I think that says
enough. Right? More for me. All right. On that lovely note.
Well, no, where was it? And then Boston. Okay, turn on New Japan.
Yeah, no.
Is it still going?
Yeah, I think they're like in the second last match or main event, but it's
let's go, Eddie.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you want, you could go back and watch last night's show where Eddie fought Angelico.
On Ring of Honor,
yeah.
Well, that's been even the former owner of Ring of Honor. I think it was Gabe Spolsky. Even was like, yeah, they've just fucked this shit all up. Like, it used to be just that, like that tribalism to a fault with it, of literally like you got so invested because it was that Heyman and ECW of everybody felt that invested, so you got that invested. No one feels invested right now in Ring of Honor. You have your TV champion, your longest reigning TV champion, beating somebody and then just vacating the title. Like, I don't give a shit.
I don't want this anymore.
You can have that. That ain't what I'm mad at.
But at the end of the day, I think that I think internally Tony's got to sit down and have a chat. And again, if this is just his passion project, something he likes to do for shits and giggles, then so be it. But at the end of the day, man, it is what it is. Rampage was what it was. SmackDown was pretty good tonight. We're building towards Survivor Series. And we're building towards Full Gear. So a busy couple weeks coming up here on the channel, folks. But we thank everyone for joining us on a Friday night. Nick can bring the pizza. I see that in the chat.
Yeah,
Nick,
I saw that. Well, that's stereotypical.
I have to take a vote on that, though. I don't know. Because not everyone agrees with Nick's love.
Or a New York storyline. Fuck you. Well, no, I like this of FTR versus Big Nick, FTR versus Big Nick and KJ for the AEW Tag Team Championship.
Let's do it.
I'll take a big ring for a fucking payday. Pause.
You
want to eat that cornbread?
I love that reference, actually. That's it. That's perfect. Perfect. Right there, folks. Check all our links below. Come back. We watch more live wrestling than anyone else. We're growing by the minute. We're not even 2 years old. And we thank everyone for joining us on a Friday. Don't forget, the weekend's going to be packed. And then all week long, we do not stop. We just do it on another level, apparently. But other than that, Nick, I'm out. I'm done. Tapping.
Often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. Even though I
Sometimes
feel like
repeated.
there's much blue around us, I feel like we kind of look like under the sea. But
Well,
our shit is real, our shit is raw, our shit is authentic. What are you talking about? The wrestling, you better put that full life with it. What?
There you go, folks. Click all the buttons, be a friend, tell a friend, and we'll see you on the flip side. Good night.